back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back.
Oh, that shit's crazy, boy.
Yo.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure? Stay calm.
They love it when I turn up the bass.
Yo, what's up, people?
They love it when I turn up the bass.
Look it. I like the energy. Whoa. I'm streaming over here. What the fuck is that? I'm streaming over here.
It's pretty good, that. Right?
All right.
Fuck your life.
I don't feel so good.
Yo, we're supposed to have 4 with Fresh Prince, but I don't know what's going on with this guy. So he's rebooting and he never came back.
I don't know.
Are you vaccinated? Yes, sir. Really, look. Niggas be violent.
Hello, Princey.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that? What is that private pile?
Can you say living filter? That was perfect. Hey, keep up with me. I'm like that little the tree stump from the Apollo. Good luck. He wouldn't know what that is. Short time of the Apollo, I know that.
They love it when I turn up the bass.
Cold, and more seductive than sex. You can't see it. I can see it.
Good night. I'm going to bed. I've been in for like last 15 minutes.
They love it when I turn up the bass.
I'm going to bed. Good night, guys.
Another one.
Yo, it was really good.
Yo, run that intro one more
Welcome.
time, yo. Forget the show, yo. Just
He says, let's run it again. Let's run it. Run that shit.
What's going
Yo,
on, folks? How y'all doing?
What's going on, man? Welcome to Untitled Live, episode 108, baby.
Ooh, 108.
108, we here. It's Friday. We made it.
Yeah.
We made it. We here. If this is your first time coming across this channel, man, we are Untitled Live. We talk about all types of shit. It's never, it's never the same. It's never the same. So if you haven't done so, hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. Share us. Share us to your family, man. You might find them. Somebody might in your family might like what we're doing here, over here.
Or they might like what they see.
Oh, stir up the bass. Oh shit, man. He said pound chicken. One man was gyrating over there, bro. Yo, so we got some new merch on the chat. We got some new merch on the website. If you guys go ahead and order some merch, we have some Wakanda Forever themed pseudo. Please don't copyright infringe us or send us cease and desist. Get it while you can.
I like how you said before you show the hot merch. Don't copyright.
Hurry up and get it, man. If you order it, listen. If you order it before the 1st, you have it before the movie comes out. So pretty much, I had it in the intro real quick. This is I named it Forever. It says Wakanda Forever and Wakandan, and it's pretty dope. So
they can't get you for that. You good, bro?
We goody?
Yeah, they can't get you for that.
I don't know, but it got the nice little Untitled, man. So if you guys want to order that and rep the channel, go do so. We appreciate y'all.
Unless they copyright a language, I don't think you can copyright a language. So you good?
Well, we'll find out, right? When I get that letter. If I don't, who knows, man? Fuck it. We live on the edge here, guys. Oh man. So we made it, man.
Listen,
we made
if
it to
New
a
rock
new
stars
week.
ain't got a letter, yo, you good, bro? Because new rock stars,
They be
always-
wildin'.
yo, they always selling merchandise that look exactly like the characters.
They be wildin'. They got a good artist that draws the shit up, but like
Mhm.
this should be like it's, you know who it is.
Their artists quit.
Yeah.
They quit, and it be some fire designs too. Like I'm like, they got to be partnered with Disney. Yo, Disney must give them the okay or some shit, yo, because that's crazy.
Unless it's like licensed merch. I don't know. But hey, listen. We just trying to like get our channel out there, man. So it's a very subtle shirt. It's nothing too crazy. People's gonna ask, hey, what does that mean? You can tell them. There you go.
Calm down forever.
I said it's gonna be like a light news day, but I think that there's a lot of things that's happened
Oh, a
on
lot.
the internet. We didn't talk about Game of Thrones season finale. We didn't talk about that. What else did we didn't talk about? We could talk about Black Adam now. It's been a week. I think the whole entire panel may have watched it. I don't know if Fresh Prince did. I'm not sure if he's gonna get on today, but
you think you watched it?
Yeah, we saw it Saturday. We watched it on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit that happened, man. Kanye went Kanye. Elon Musk finally bought Twitter. It's his. He
I guess what the first thing he did.
he fired mad executives, bro.
But guess what the first thing he did?
They post a tweet.
He gave Kanye back his Twitter access.
Wow.
Yo, don't lie. It was all over the news. Elon Musk gave Kanye back his Twitter access.
So he pretty much fired a lot of people that's in departments where they deal with like permanently like banning people and monitoring racist stuff and kind of like these kind of crazy extremist groups and shit. But if you go to Twitter right now, Twitter is in shambles. People are just saying shit just to see if it gets flagged, and nothing is getting flagged.
Nope.
People are saying some wild hard R shit, and nothing is happening. So I'm not sure how long that's gonna last.
Twitter's about to be Tumblr 2.0, yo. Wow, West. Remember Tumblr before that shit?
Yeah. That shit, Twitter right now is looking like a Call of Duty lobby right now. It is wild.
Nope.
It is wild, bro. I looked at what they was putting. I was like, nah. And these people they just doing it. They're not racist. They're just doing it to see whether or not it gets flagged. And I'm like, bro, that is crazy. But hey, let's see how long this lasts. See how, he bought it for what?
Disclaimer:
40 something.
Be careful what y'all put on Twitter, because even though it's not getting flagged, if your bosses see it, they can still fire your ass.
That is right.
So be careful what y'all put out there on the internet. Just letting y'all know that.
You heard it from Red. That shit is crazy, man. But yeah, man, be careful out there. Don't get caught up in the hype.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to get caught out there, bro. That shit is not a good look for everybody. But yeah, man. Other than that, man, we made it to a new week. We here. It's Friday. Thank God. It's been a very eventful week. How was your week, Brad?
Oh, it started off with me. Okay, yeah, my week was great, yo. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling, relaxing. I watched Andor, Mighty Ducks. I saw a little bit of the episode 2 of Bleach. I gotta catch up. I'm behind with the new Bleach.
On Bleach.
Huh?
I gotta catch up all up on Bleach. I think I want to watch the first season.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
you got a long way to go, bro.
Welcome, Fresh Prince. Welcome to the panel.
Good fellas. What's good? How y'all doing?
Nothing much. You ain't missed much. I'm just talking about my week. I just started.
Yeah, I was watching. I was like, let me jump on real quick because I definitely didn't see Black Adam. So when y'all get to that, I'm gonna jump off real quick.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, all right. Listen, the whole plan. I was supposed to take my son. report cards came out, and he wowed it. So that's like I had the executive decision. So I had to suffer, but
No,
yeah,
I ain't had to suffer.
that's why.
I would have like, oh yes, you wild out. I stay home while I go watch this movie. I'll let you know how it is.
I know. I feel you. I was so tight. It was the whole like.
That's what they were like. I'll never do it again. I'm sorry.
I had to go in on them, and by the time I was done running my mouth, like it was too late. So I'm like, yo, I'll just go back probably tomorrow or something.
All right. Well, yeah, back to my week. So, so watched. I said Andor. Watched Mighty Ducks. And, you know, to be honest, I really didn't focus on TV this much this week. I was mostly playing the Call of Duty Black Ops, the campaign mode, because I realized I never did the campaign. So I started doing the campaign mode on that.
Campaign is good.
Yeah, after I finished the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, because you know they gave us early access when you pre-order the game. So I did that campaign, and then after doing that campaign, I said, damn, I never did Black Ops campaign. So then I started doing that one. But that shit has you like a real spy. You gotta like decipher clues and shit, like find out what shit is going and find intel, sneaking into people's houses. I said, yo, Jesus Christ. This is too much pressure for me. Yeah, I realized I couldn't be a secret agent. I'll shoot everybody. I have a science. Yo,
I heard that Call of Duty, like the realism level, like the difficulty is crazy.
Yeah. That's why I kept it on straight on regular. Regular was giving me a hard time. And I was like, damn, regular's giving me a hard time? I can imagine people that play on the harder levels, yo. I swear enemies were just popping up out of nowhere on my ass sometimes. He's coming out through a room. Hey, what you doing here? Pop, pop, pop. I was like, oh my God. Fuck, bro. I didn't go to the movies this weekend. If I did, I was gonna go see Black Adam again anyway. So, cause I don't really think there's anything much in theaters that I want to see. Work was cool. Caught a kid trying to steal some Apple headphones. He got roughed up a little bit.
Got him.
Yeah, kid was stupid.
Now, when you say kid,
I say kid, but I'm an old head now, man. So like, if you in your 20s, you're a kid to me now. So kid had to be like maybe 20, 21. It's either between the 18 to 21 range. That kind of kid. Know what I'm saying, kid.
All right.
I wouldn't ruffle no kid. On the record, I would not ruffle
some children.
Like I'm not ruffling up no children in Best Buy. We detain them peacefully. Kids are safe.
Doesn't the door say safe haven?
Yeah, it does. Don't say it no more. Actually.
Oh, it does.
Oh wow, they took it away.
Nah, it's not safe haven. Could have got tired of kids running there trying to be safe.
Enter at your own risk.
They got tired of kids running there trying to be safe. So they're like, nah, we gotta take that off the door.
That's fucked
I mean,
up.
I still help. If like kids getting bullied or some shit, like there's some other, I still help up. Like, yo, just stay inside, and then we tell them to leave, get them to leave the block and some shit. Call a parent. That's what I did the last time. I had somebody call their parent, and the parent came and picked them up from the store because they would, like, bullies were waiting for them outside to beat them up and shit.
I hate fucking bullies, bro. That's not one thing I despise the most is fucking bullies, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
I told my son if you ever be a bully, bro, I have no respect for you. I have no respect for you. I hate them, bro. I used to that shit used to make me want to be involved with shit that I had nothing to do with in school. When I saw kids that really couldn't defend themselves, like I was out, I was like, I really wanted to like snuff them and just kind of like black out, but like, cause that shit is crazy, man. Like that shit does a lot to someone, bro. It could really like damage like their whole entire life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So yeah, fuck bullies.
Especially nowadays, you get fragile, man.
Yeah,
they be ready to commit suicide for bullying, bro. Like back in our days, we used to just cry about it to our parents. They were like, "Yo," they had to tell you to tough up, or they put you in some kind of self-defense class. And so you had to, they gave you figure out a way how to deal with it, yo. But like nowadays, man, yo, I don't know. These kids can't handle bullying, man. I just try to help them out as much as I can, bro.
I was.
I'm sorry. I just remember, sir. I remember watching online one time. Bullying is so despised that a kid was getting bullied and blood members jumped in and protected the kid from the bully. Bro, that's how much bullies are despised. You know? I remember seeing a video where blood members jumped in and protected the kid from being bullied, and they bullied the kid that was bullied.
I mean, honestly, that's where all the Bloods and the Crips stuff originated from. They're supposed to be protecting the neighborhoods, man. Like, it's not supposed to be some gang shit to where it deteriorated into now. So that's what's up. That's what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, the Bloods and Crips were splintered of the Black Panther Party.
Yeah, man. I try to. There's a boxing, like a boxing kind of what do you call that shit? Like a gym. And that's not too far away from me. And I had my son in MMA, right? And he was there for quite a few, but he's like super like non-confrontational. Like he doesn't like people touching him. So it was funny seeing him try to get grappled. He's like, nah. So when I was explaining to him, I said, listen, I did boxing for 7 years, right? And I said, I mean, boxing is good because it teaches you how to kind of evade getting hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to learn that, you may get hit in down the road, but like the whole purpose is try to avoid getting hit, right? Learning how to kind of like counter or give you a sense of confidence where I could whip this guy's ass, but I don't need to. You know what I mean? I could walk away from the situation because I know I could beat his ass. So it's like he's like, yeah, you know what? That sounds good. And I show him like the coach that's in this gym. And he's really good with kids, so I might put him in that. So because he's not like me. He's very like he's mad chill, and he doesn't like. You could tell like he's gonna, be a ladies man.
But it's good, get him in there to learn that because even if you're mad chill, you could be like the Jackie Chan. I don't want no trouble, but as soon as trouble find you, you'll be able to handle it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because this world is super wicked right now. Like you got kids that even the kids, if you whip their ass, right? They have so much of broken egos, man. They fucking shooting right after that shit.
Yeah,
like they wouldn't even take a fair fight and take an L, right? They want to come back and they want to shoot you. So it's almost like you might as well just walk away and just take the L's, cut them and not even put your hands on anybody. Because these motherfuckers in the Bronx is crazy.
Anybody who takes self-defense class already know that's the first lesson they tell you anyway. Like just to avoid the fight. Yeah, like all shit hits the fan and you really can't avoid the fight, then defend yourself. But the first rule is like avoid fighting.
Nah, my coach didn't fucking do that shit, bro.
Y'all boxers are something different though, man. I do karate and shit, so that's what it was. It was like avoid the fight, like you could do damage to someone, so just try not to.
I was in Cobra Kai, bro. My man, like the moment we learn how to fight and learn how to throw a punch, bro, that shit unlocked an ability, bro. We just became more ruthless in the streets.
Damn.
Like I could. Mind you, like, because I had to overcompensate because I had asthma, so I had to like really like shake quick before I lose like the breathing ability.
You had to finish the fight fast.
So I had to finish the fight fast. So if I didn't knock the wind out of you or knock you down, then you have a very high chance, 95% chance that you're gonna whoop my ass because
But I get up again.
Nah.
He was the Puerto Rican Clubber Lang, yo.
I was a Puerto Rican. I was a Puerto Rican butter bean, bro. Yo, one-headed quitter, bro.
But like, he couldn't go. He couldn't go past what 2 rounds or something like that. After that, Clubber Lang was done.
I did that shit in the boys' club, man. The boys' club. We did that shit in the boys' club, man. We was wilding, bro. Like, yeah.
All right, let me go back. So back to my story.
Oh yeah, man. My bad.
We detoured big time. But
what happens?
Kid trying to runs out. The guard, like, did like a little some sneaky trip at the door where the kid fell. He like, ah! Fell right in the door in the vestibule. So he laid on the floor, and the guard's like, "What are you thinking, man? We was watching the whole time. You think gonna get out of here with that?" My man tried to have the Apple headphones on his head. There's no way he could say he wasn't stealing. The shit is right there on his head, yo. I'm talking the $800 Apple headphones, the one that's like over the head.
Oh,
like
okay, yeah.
T-shirts?
The can.
Yeah, that's what he tried to walk out the store with. Yeah. Off display, he took it off display, trying to walk out the store with. Yo, so then I was like, yo, wow. I was like, yo, we get him in the office quick, man. We can't keep him out here. People gonna start recording. So that he tried to like kind of twitch to get up, and I grabbed him by the arm. So I had him like by the armpit. And, you know, you put that lock like a little pinch right in here where you just lock up like that. I had him locked up like that, and I'm walking into the office. I said, "Don't even try to. You ain't going nowhere, bro. It's over." So, like, so when we get to the door, he's trying so hard not to like go to the office. He started monkey climbing on the door, like he was using his legs to like try to wrap around it, and we're like pulling him off, and then we had to like get him quickly in the office, man. So in there, yo, it was like the war trash talking going on, bro. So the Eastern guard and him is going back at it, like. So he said, yo, bro. He said, yo, I'm African too, like you, bro. Why you doing this to me? He said, you African. He said, and the dude was like, so you African? You dare risking my job? You trying to call me brother? He just flexed to him. He's like, oh. So then the kid was like, you know what? He said, after it took you. He said, it took you, that skinny white boy, and that fat nigga over there. Yeah, when he said that fat nigga, I leaned back in my chair and started laughing so hard. I was like, yo. I said, but we stopped your ass. That fat nigga stepped over. You wasn't moving no more. So then I was like, yo, chill, ease up off him. So he said, what's it, good cop, bad cop? I said, nah, we ain't playing nothing. He really wants to kick your ass. I'm saving you right now. Yo, so then the kid tried to get up. Yo, I don't know what that kid was thinking. He got up trying to swing. The guard ducked it, like picked him up. He did like some like Batista rock spine busted into like into the boxes on the floor. After that, kid was done. Kid was like, all right. I won't fight no more, man. I'm done. I'm done. So then the cops came, got him arrested, told him he's not allowed here. I was like, yo, you trespass, you're not allowed here. He said, I'm going to come back when I want. I was like, all right, what's your name? He said, you don't need to know my name. Fuck my name, bro. So get it from these cops. They got my name. I said, all right, cool, whatever. Get the fuck out of here. I hate, you know what it is? I'm starting to hate people. So now when I catch them stealing, I just instantly want to call the cops. I don't want to lock them up because they get on my nerves now, bro. It's like, yo, I'm trying to be nice. I'm trespassing y'all. And then y'all slide. You know, you could go home, be with your family. You know, you ain't got to go spend any time in jail. But no, you motherfuckers want to keep coming back after I let y'all get a slide. So I got to lock y'all up now. So now I'm locking up everybody. You're gonna spend your Thanksgiving in jail. How you like that?
Yeah, I feel like the thievery has ramped up in the last year.
Nah, it's getting crazy, bro. It's these new laws. Not for nothing. The de Blasio Cuomo shit that they passed before Cuomo came out of office. But now they don't even hold them, bro. They go to jail and then they book them and they let them right out. And they give them a ticket for their future court date or some shit like that. Especially if it's a non-violent crime, they're not holding them. Which is crazy. Wild. That's why they're wilding out on these streets right now, bro.
Yeah.
They would just be walking up at the stores with the freaking tote bags.
You give it,
and it's just like they walk right out.
The stores, walking up in the stores.
You giving them a ticket. Saying they have to show up in court at this day, they don't show up to court. You're gonna put a warrant. Majority of these mofos are homeless or living in shelters. They just ain't gonna show up to the shelter they gave you their address for, yo. What are you talking about here, man? I'm done.
What are you talking about over here?
Yeah, we get real stereotypical New York. What are you talking about over here, man?
It's all about money, man. They trying to double dip. Like, all right, we got you for court fees and surcharges and all that for this. We're gonna let you right back out so you can go do some stupid shit so we can get some more bread off you.
And that's exactly what they do. Go do some stupid shit.
Yep. It's crazy, man. Crime pays, man.
That's my week. My week was chill. I am trying to find the original Halloween movie. So anybody know who's showing that? Let me know, yo.
Yeah, I was checking last week. I couldn't find it.
I'm trying. Yeah, I wanted to watch the OG ones.
Maybe that app Shutter. Is that Shutter shit? I don't know.
This is why I continue to buy Blu-ray, man. Sometimes these streaming services ain't got the shit.
Yeah.
Damn. So, Brick, man, how was your week, man?
It was alright, not too bad. Jumped back into World of Warcraft.
Relax.
Relax.
That was a Nintendo game that you saw earlier?
Yeah. Nintendo. Tuesday was slow as fuck, and that's it. I mean, I saw Black Adam. I enjoyed that, and then watched Game of Thrones. I finally checked out Chainsaw Man. Only the first episode, though. I didn't check out the rest yet. But so far, pretty good. And that's it. I haven't really caught up on too many animes. I'm waiting for more episodes to drop so I could binge them.
Nice.
That was pretty much my week. Nothing too crazy.
All right. Fresh Prince, how was your week, brother?
Quick. Went through it kind of quick. Saw Game of Thrones. I didn't watch Andor, but I've been listening to y'all, and I guess I'm the only one that actually did watch this. But they got the Tales of the Jedi series came out. Like the Clone Wars animation show that they got, doing like the backstories for like Dooku and Ahsoka.
Yeah, I saw it.
I haven't seen that.
I didn't watch it, but I saw that they had it up there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 6 episodes. They're like 10 to 15 minutes a piece, so it's not nothing crazy. But I'm the Star Wars geek over here. So honestly, like I enjoyed that. To be honest with you, way more than I enjoyed we've gotten from Andor up until this point. Like it's crazy, and it's like a 10 to 15 minute episode shows. Like, but I won't go too much into it because y'all haven't seen it yet. But I very much enjoyed it. Besides that, I don't think I saw anything else. Yeah, I was supposed to watch Black Adam, didn't do that. So yeah, probably get around to that this weekend. So it's been a pretty smooth week. I know my boy Red. I got caught up in a whole bunch of Red Pill videos this week though. So that's what really ended up taking a lot of my time.
Red Pill videos? Which one?
Yeah, man.
The stupid shit Hafiz was saying?
I did see that. But I was watching a lot of the white girl Jess, not Jess, Pearl.
Just Pearls, yeah, Pearl, yeah.
It's not.
She's the one that made him look stupid.
Yeah, I ended up catching that off of like just a random flooding of like her videos. Like I mean I've seen her before, but for some random reason this week I had a whole bunch of her videos. So I watched a bunch of those. So that was interesting.
I got her channel. Yeah, I gotta get her channel. I don't have her channel on my YouTube, so I gotta put her on. Follow her.
Check and see if it's actually her channel because, like, she keeps getting like booted off of shit. Like it's crazy. So
yeah, a lot of people steal her shit too, and they repost it, and they get claimed. They get copyright claimed and stuff.
So that was my thing. I don't know if it was actually her channel or if I just got caught up on a bunch of other people reposting, but. I got into that because my son randomly came home one day and was like, "Yeah, Dad, you know who Andrew Tate is?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, bro! Like what?" I'm like, matter of fact, just show me whatever you want to show me because I need to see what you talking about right now. So, yeah, that was a little interesting this week. Me and him watching these videos and just having those type of discussions. That two things can be right at the same time, but also like some people take shit way overboard. So that's my boy Andrew Tate. He's fucking hilarious, boy. Yeah.
You know why he's funny to me? Because I know half the shit he's saying is just so outlandish that he get views. And people that really believe the shit that he's saying that he really means that shit.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
He's trolling a lot of people, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Nah, let's just be making me laugh. The fucking like the TikTok videos of just like the random bald guy dancing mad hard, and they put his music and they make it like he's Andrew Tate. I'm like, that's just hilarious. It's like, yo, oh man, that's wild. So that's pretty much it, huh?
Yeah, I had a pretty slow, dry week. It was cool.
All right, that's what's up, man. My week was the same, like nothing too crazy, nothing. I mean, it was a lot of work stuff, but like other than that, like the days kind of went by. Like to echo Chris's sentiment about Tuesday. Tuesday was just a weird slow motion day. It was just real. There was a part where he hit me up at 12 and said, "Yo, you still in the 12 o'clock hour?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, we still here." And like I felt like 3 hours went past and we were still at 12. I'm like, nah, this day is relentless, bro. I watched Abbott Elementary. I did that. That's like, I love that fucking show.
How many? I'm sorry, not to really cut you off, but how many episodes do they have out now for this season?
I think it's 6. I think it's 6 now.
Because I honestly been waiting so I could binge them because I love that show.
Nah, you gotta watch it. I like to watch it immediately because when we binge, then the executives they think that people are not watching it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like they're like, oh, the viewership, they're not watching it. Then there's an emergence at the end after the show's canceled
Yeah.
because everybody wanted to wait to the end. But I saw Black Adam. Black Adam was pretty cool. We'll get into that. Game of Thrones. I mean that shit. I mean that Game of House of the Dragons was by far like
trash.
It's mad trash. Imagine. Hot take. Oh, what else happened? I've been taking the train. I've been falling asleep on the train. I'm gonna get robbed one day. That's what's gonna happen. Yo, bro, it's like a thing now.
The last place you want to fall asleep is on the train, bro.
Yo, I literally went.
I
got on the train. For that ass.
You don't catch a swift left. You keep sleeping on that train, bro.
Yo, bro. I'll tell you one thing, man. It was one from 125th. I fell asleep on a local train because I normally don't like taking locals. I like to take the express. I like to get down there faster. Yeah, but I took the 6th train and I fell asleep and I woke up. It was like 23rd Street, and I know I was looking crazy in the train. Cause I know I was not sitting in the sides. I was sitting in the middle, bro. So I was like left, right. I was probably being mad annoying because when I woke up, it was like I had a good space between both chairs. Like nobody wanted to sit next to me because I was wilding.
Yeah, you was the wild and rocking off guy. Yo, you was that guy.
Yo, word. And today I had lunch, and I laid back and I thought I was resting my eyes. I had no intentions to fall asleep. Then I wake up and motherfucking Chris had me on camera, like starts laughing, like I got you, finally got you. No one ever gets me. This motherfucker got me snoring mad hard.
Oh, you've been bad. You've been bad. You've been bad.
Yo.
Oh,
damn, cuz.
Yeah, that shit hit it.
What?
Oh yeah, you got caught lacking, cuz.
Hey, he's out.
It's over.
Yo, you hear him though?
Yeah.
That man was in REM sleep.
Yo, bro, my face. I was so tired. I was like,
oh. You got
me. Yeah, man. I think. Yesterday we went to like some kind of some rooftop party.
Oh, that's right. How did I forget about that?
After party.
That fire, man.
Yo, we had a good time, man. It was.
I'm about to start crashing out parties, yo. Like I'm one of
the work. Espresso martini, woo!
Espresso martini is like my favorite drink now. But I did, we took some footage here.
That the,
What you got?
there was not that many left.
But yeah, added
No,
that
there
music.
wasn't. I
Huh?
don't know if they weren't. They were.
I look at the music, but yeah, added that music.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we added the music because it was like a lot of background noise.
Yeah, I did see this. It looks nice. It's a beautiful view.
Nah, that shit was crazy, bro. Like,
It's pretty good music, right?
I was being a baddie out there, yo. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Right there. I mean, it was a good time, man. It was a good time.
I must start crashing out parties, yo.
You remember the name of the spot?
Putting drinks on Chris's tab, yo.
Damn.
We didn't pay for no drinks.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. What the fuck?
That shit was all corporate paid.
I think Chris has the name of the spot because we had to Uber there because that shit was kind of far.
Oh, I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. There was a lot of executives. And shit. A
Google
lot of people.
Maps histories.
Huh?
Where was it? It's too far. Where was it?
It was on 43rd, 44th, and 11th Avenue.
I forgot y'all from the Bronx. Y'all in the Bronx. So that's what
Yeah, but from like coming after this is like after work, so we all the way down on Canal Street, so that's kind of far from where we at. Yeah, so it was like
That's not Hudson Terrace, right? Hudson Terrace.
It's called the Press Lounge.
The Press Lounge?
Yeah.
Press Lounge.
Okay.
Yeah, so we had a good time there, man. I got a little twizzy. Yeah, I got a little twizzy because my tolerance is not that great, but I was out there. It's funny because the guy kept coming out with foods and shit, and he was like, "Hey, pizza," and I fucking took the pizza and I put that shit in my mouth. Chris looks at me, he's like, "I think that has meat in it." I'm like, ugh. Yo, I was sick, bro.
There was a point we were standing at the spawn point for the food.
We was on the spawn point.
The spawn point.
We found the spawn point, so we were just standing there. They would just come out. We were like, "Yeah, well, I'll take one of those. Thank you."
Yo, at one point, the guy that kept coming out, he didn't even say what it was. He just looked at me like.
Use the dealer status.
He was like, yeah,
it was true because it was he came outside. We're chilling, sitting outside, and he comes outside. He has a tray of these little chicken sandwiches, and he's like, I was just like, nah, I gotta say no. I've been kind of. He's like, we're gonna have to get rid of them at some point. I was like, damn it, you're right. That's so much food.
Word. Yeah. It was a good time, man. It was a kind of a good decompressing situation, from getting outside of the workspace. We needed it.
Boy, had a nice job, corporate parties and shit, free liquor. I live in the life.
It was super last minute because originally it was just pretty much execs and partners of the company, and then last minute during the Elevate event that they have, they were like, "Hey, we have a few open spots. If anybody wants to come to the after party, hit up this person." And we were just like, "Oh, bet. Let's see if we can get in."
I did that shit mad quick. She was like, "Yeah." She sent me the link. I was like, "Boom." We did that shit the same exact time. I was like, "Yeah, we out." Right. But I almost didn't go. I'm like, "Yo, I don't feel like going to this event after work, having that kind of work grundle." I was like, I don't feel fresh. These motherfuckers are probably it was execs that flew from different parts of the country, and so they went to the hotel room after work, right? The hotel room was by the job, so they was able to kind of freshen up. We didn't have that option, so it was we had to go there straight work dusty, but fuck it, we had a good time.
I could have found a Sephora's. Use one of the colognes and do a little quick spritz.
We could have, yo. And yo, crazy enough, bro. I've never been and looked around in Grand Central. I've never that shit was like a new world for me. Yo, I was like, yo, this is amazing.
It's low key really good. It's like it don't get as much praise as Times Square is its West Side counterpart, but it's really good. It got some nice statues over there. The building design is really good.
When I look on the top of the building, the statues it's huge. I'm like, yo, it looks like a painting, but it's not. It's a sculpture. I'm like, this is here. I'm like, yo, I really took this city for granted, bro. I never stopped and smelled the roses. I normally I'm getting on a train.
I think part of it had to do with the martinis.
Oh yeah, the martini. I was like, yo, this is amazing, yo.
New York City has a lot of the city itself has a lot of great statues in it. In its downtown area, and it's Central
different.
Park. There's a lot of statues in Central Park too. That's really good.
It's crazy because the last time I went to Grand Central, it was way before all these different establishments started parking their shit in there. The Shake Shack, there's all kind of shit in there. Before it was never like that. It was actually a really bad spot to go to. The shit was super dangerous to go.
Yeah, but
now that you go there, it's mad safe now.
Except for the tourists and Amtrak riders and stuff like that. Metro North. All the riders from there, they fixed it up. It's pretty good.
Yeah, man. So I had a good time. I was like, this shit is nice, man. I want
to
go back.
What it is? Because of 9/11, the police, they elevated police. So since that's a big traveling point, police presence is elevated over there too. So that's what made it a little better over there too. They got cops there watching out.
Chris was telling me there's fucking the army and shit like that.
Yeah, because it's a bomb point. They know it's they have the bomb points of the city extra protected.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, man. But other than that, man, my week went pretty good, man. Nothing to complain about. I'm glad that we're here. I'm glad we here together, watching, doing this show, and getting ready for the weekend, man. So
facts.
Yeah, man. So other than Kanye going crazy out here in the streets,
I gotta start off with that shit, and I gotta apologize to Kim Kardashian because she did the right thing. You gotta get away from that nigga. I'm sorry, Kim. I apologize, My comments that I said earlier, you did the right thing, bro. Because if you were still married to him, your money would have got too. And your deals would have been in shambles too. Just for being associated to him. So I understand. I understand. I apologize. I'm sorry.
Yo, my man was like, you could tell, he just doubled down. Regardless, they just kept taking shit away. He just doubled down. I think today or yesterday he apologized.
Yeah, after that 1 point, you lose 1.5 billion. You say sorry real fast. Your ass turned into Ruben started after that shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yo, I almost started throwing up in laughter when I found out, and I thought it was fake. But then when I heard it was real, is when homie went to Skechers to get a deal.
Yeah.
And it escorted him out.
Yep.
What?
You ain't heard about that?
I did not.
Bro, right after he lost Adidas, the very next day he went to Skechers after he lost Adidas to try and get a deal. And Skechers booted him out. And then after they booted him out, they made a statement saying that they have no intentions of working with Kanye West at all, and blah, blah, blah. Just to make sure people don't think that they set up a meeting with him to talk to him so they don't lose their sales or whatever. They made a statement saying they don't plan on working with Kanye West. Yeah, he screwed the pooch on this one, man.
What was the shit that happened the other day? It was now Ye has this because Ye is not him. Ye is an entity that's within his thing, and they part ways with Kanye. I was like, how the fuck does Ye part ways with Kanye? Yo, this is crazy. It's crazy. I feel bad for the dude because I know exactly what manic depression, manic bipolar, how that looks like in the real life, and he needs to get help. He needs to take his meds. He needs to go out there and listen. If you're not being on your meds, it's fucking up your creative minds and shit like that, maybe you need to put your creative mind in the back burner and worry about your health. Because a lot of people don't care about their health, man. They just want to make money.
Listen,
they want to be fucking.
If he had took his meds, even though he wouldn't have his creative mind, he'd still have $2 billion. He'd still be worth $2 billion. Like
exactly, and it's
you
okay.
Trying to have your
bro.
creative mind, you destroyed yourself.
It's and it's okay, man. Like, listen, I get it, man. I get it. But he's going through that whole like self-destructing situation, which I've seen in person in real life. I just hope this guy gets help, man, because Kanye is really out here and he's just looking crazy, and you could tell he's just speaking in talking points, and he doesn't know real, fact. He's just saying shit. And
but my issue with it all is that he got help, man. He has the help. He got the help. He's just not taking the help. He's not taking his meds. He's not doing whatever he has to do, and he's surrounded by a bunch of yes men that's too afraid to say, "Yo, listen, bro, cut the bullshit. Take your meds and go sit your ass down." Like, he needs somebody real like that in his life. You don't have that. You got people, bunch of yes men around him, so now they're just yesing him away while he destroy himself. Like, bro, I'd be like, bro, you wildin'. Sit down here, take these freaking meds, and relax yourself, bro.
And what's kind of crazy is because he doesn't have like his next of kin is like his kids, right? He doesn't. I don't think he has like any siblings. Or maybe he does. I don't know. He doesn't really talk about that. But I don't think he can have a situation where what they did with Britney Spears, how they had kind of like held their money, and what do we call that shit? What was the term of that?
They wouldn't be able to. The custodian, they wouldn't be able to.
Custodian. They can't do that with Kanye because he doesn't have like a person like an next of kin of age to do that. Because as of right now, if he's not making money right now, he lost a lot of his liquid assets, and if he continues to live the lifestyle he lives, that money is not gonna that well is gonna run dry, and it's not gonna look good. Right now, he just and then in his mind, he thinks like what I'm saying is correct, right? The moment he speaks in all the Jewish media that he's saying is the reason why this is all happening. Like, nah, bro. Like, there's people that just don't want to align themselves with that.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. He should have been canceled years ago, bro. No, I'm being honest, bro. I'm being honest. Like, and this is about to get real. You whoever don't like what I'm about to say, tough. I don't give a shit. But he should have been canceled years ago. When my man was walking around putting Confederate flags on his jacket, wrapping himself in the Confederate flag, talking about black slavery was a choice and all that shit.
I was just thinking about that.
He should have been fucking canceled right there.
Right
there should have been the end of it.
He did say that he was a black skinhead. That was his thing.
And what's disgusting was that our own people, because they didn't want to accept Kanye and went over the deep end, they started making excuses for the nigga. Like, oh no, y'all just misunderstanding what he's saying, and yada yada yada. He means this and that. Like, no, there's no justifiable reason to say slavery was a choice. And you know what? If we had took that shit as seriously as the way Jewish people take you talking about the Holocaust, people would never come out their mouth and say stupid shit like that. But we don't do that. We too forgiving. We want to make excuses. We want to still buy those Yeezys. We still want to do this shit. And that's why they get away with disrespecting us in the media and all that stuff and saying all the shit they say. Because we don't ever put our foot down like the Jewish people do. We don't ever unite like the Jewish people do, man. You ever seen a homeless Jewish person?
No.
Because they take care of each other, yo. We don't even do that. We don't do that at all. It makes me sick, man. I hate when we doing this shit. And now we're here arguing about, oh, y'all don't understand his master plan. But shut the F up, yo. Kanye is destroyed, man. His mind is warped. This is not college dropout Kanye anymore, man. This is mental health Kanye. He needs help. He needs to take his meds.
And I guess it's hard for people to kind of like disassociate his, like, separate the music to the man. You know what I mean? It's almost like how people were R. Kelly. Like, they chose that they didn't believe what they're saying in the media. but he was out there doing fuck shit. Yeah, man, he was wilding, bro. He was super wilding. I think he was. They took, and mind you, I knew this was gonna happen, right? And I said this was gonna get crazy. We had a show, and it was like, hey, we should talk about Kanye next week because he's gonna get on Jig Tramps, and that's gonna go crazy. Which it did, because I already knew. Because the barbershop said they're not gonna air his show because he was saying some wild crazy shit, and then Nori was like, "Fuck it, let's use this as an opportunist." They was being opportunists. I was like, let's use the clout. And it bit him in the ass. Because
and Nori had to come out and apologize because he was saying the wild shit he was saying. Even Nori had to come out and say, we don't condone the stuff that Kanye said on our show. And bro,
can I ask y'all what y'all thought he said on that show that was crazy?
So I will say by saying that the police was not on George Floyd's neck like that. I will say that's one. When the autopsy showed that it was asphyxiation from the spinal cord closing his windpipe. That's how he died, not fentanyl. That's one. That's a big one. And saying that the Jews own all the banks and they own all this. Listen, there might be Jews out there that own some banks, but to say all the Jews own the banks, that sounds like rhetoric from Hitler. Hitler did the same exact thing. The Jews they own all the banks. We gotta get rid of all the Jews. It was the same kind of rhetoric, just in a different platform.
I mean, they do control the banking industry, though.
We don't know that. We can't
And
sit there and say that, bro.
that's not like, I still don't understand how that's crazy by saying that, by making a statement like that.
Because that's untrue. How would you know that? Do you know every bank? Do you know every person personally? What the religion is?
The industry itself, not every single. I'm talking about an industry. Just like if I was to say Hollywood is controlled by people, that's pretty much true, right?
But he has this warp, like Red said, he has this warp kind of like reality, right? Like you could tell, like he's getting information secondhand, right? He's gonna sit there and talk about how Jamie Lee Curtis said that they should take away his kids. Dude, she did not say anything like that. So you could tell that he's not getting his information. He's not even watching it. He's not reading a book. He's not doing it. He's just talking points. I made a satire video on TikTok the other day, kind of like poking fun at what he was saying. Because hold on, let me see if I can pull it up here. But it's like it's.
TV and said, I hope they take his children away from him. I hope they take his children away from him.
Really? Jamie Lee? Fuck her.
Behavior. I hope he gets help. I hope his children get help from him.
So she just pretty much just said, I hope he gets help. You know what I mean? Because this will take a toll on anybody, right? And I could imagine kids, right, having to deal with like their parent being on TV and losing everything and kind of like going through this whole like destruction of himself, because this is crazy at this point. And I know there's a majority of people that side with him, that think what he's saying is cool. It's he might have a point here. Sometimes you'll listen, he may have a good point, and then he goes off the rails, right? It's like how we have this podcast where we be talking about some wild, crazy shit, and then we get to some regular shit. Like, he does that, but, like, on TV immediately. Like, he has these kind of, like, scattered thoughts and
I mean, to be honest,
he doesn't present it.
To be honest, no matter
he talks in incomplete thoughts.
No matter what you think about, like, how George Floyd died, if you think he died from the cop knee on his neck, or you think he died from fentanyl in his system, whatever, the fact of the matter is they diagnosed his body and it showed that he died from asphyxiation. The true medical examiner diagnostic said he died from asphyxiation from suffocation, which was the knee on his neck.
And it was a third party.
So that's what he died from. Like, he had fentanyl in his system. There's There's no denying that. But he died from the knee on his neck. That's what been proven. It's proven in court. It's documented in court for everybody to see. And they even have the false medical examiner's report where he tried to say, that he died from the fentanyl, not the asphyxiation, until the family went and hired an independent medical examiner to examine the body. And that's when he said, no, he died from asphyxiation with the knee on the neck. And that's what they brought to court, showing that he had the real facts of the evidence. And then for Kanye to come on that show and then put further doubt in people's minds to that, because the right wing trying to say, they just hate on the cop. The cop ain't kill nobody. Some of the racist people, they want to say, he ain't kill him. He was a drug addict. He was this, he was that. And then for Kanye to go on that show and then say that about that man when his family is still grieving him because they still hurt, that there's a daughter right now growing up without their father due to some cop putting their knee on his neck for 9 minutes. That's highly irresponsible, yo. He needs to take his med. He needs to chill out. He's wilding right now.
Yeah, nobody and what does fentanyl have to do with anything, bro? It's almost like how, it's almost like an excuse why he should have died, why he died, right? It's almost like, you got this kid that gets killed unarmed, right? And they want to bring up his whole entire criminal record. Why does that has nothing to do with, you know what I mean? So it happens a lot.
And mind you, the cops are called just for him having a false check. It was a bad check he had, and that's what the cops are called for. Mm-hmm. They killed him over a bad check, bro. Can you imagine that? Sometimes you have accidental bad checks or accidental fake money that you probably got from a bank or ATM machine. You go into the store, you give it to the store clerk, this is not real. Like, oh shit, Yeah. Imagine the store clerk calls the cops on you because you had enough fake money, and then the cops come and kill you for that shit.
And it's almost like clockwork. Whenever a black and brown person dies from the hands of a cop, right?
Stuff over
like clockwork. Candace Owens always comes and discounts what happens. You know what I mean? It's just so much clickbait because she wants these clicks. She wants this it's almost like that Tammy Loren. That's what she did. That was her whole shtick, was to have these clicks, and you don't even see her anymore. That Tammy Loren, you don't see her at all. And mind, she was all over the fucking internet. It just creates. It's weird, bro. We live in a weird world where, people just want to live in their own realities and just. But Kanye needs the help, man. He needs to take his medication. He's clinically sick, right? This is not something that we are, we assuming, right? He said it himself. Doctors, he has a medical condition.
The funny shit is I was talking to my mom about the shit. My mother was like, that boy been off, and when he went into that stage and said Taylor Swift didn't deserve the award. And I had to start laughing. I was like, we still remember that shit. My mom was like, she said that boy been off since he went on that stage and said Taylor Swift didn't deserve the award.
Yeah, he was wilding, man. Even with the fucking with the white lives matter, that shit is quiet. That shit is wild. Him wearing a shirt with kind of he knew what he was doing. He wanted the outrage, and he got it. He wanted the attention because
what the White Lives Matter shirt. Here's why that one didn't bother me as much because I knew it was a troll from Candace Owens. It was Candace Owens doing it, and I know it was because she's at war with the organization. So of course she's gonna get Kanye, her friend, to make a White Lives Matter shirt and then wear that shit out in the public for them to see.
But the thing is, they are all right, I get it. If you guys don't like the organization of Black Lives Matter, cool. Distinguish that. LLC. Black Lives Matter LLC that you don't like, right? There's people that's out there in the trenches that's not even part of the organization that doesn't really subscribe and prescribe to all that kind of shit. They're just out here just trying to make a difference, right? It's like you calling them out on that shit. It's almost you got.
I feel like if you listen, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So it's almost like you go to a fucking, you go to a breast cancer awareness fucking march, right? And then you post them a flag prostate cancer kills more. What it's. You know what I mean? At this point in time, at this particular March, we are trying to bring awareness to that. We're not trying to discount other awarenesses. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. Go ahead, bro.
I just wanted to ask y'all a question because this plays into that too. And I was having a conversation with somebody. When it comes to like the whole White Lives Matter thing, I feel like if you listen to people, you'll understand what people are doing. Like Red said, like we knew it was a troll from the beginning. Like if you just listen to people talk, you know what's going on. And that's my biggest problem with social media and everything now is that people just see shit and they just lose their fucking minds. Everybody's like so emotionally attached to things like and nobody researches, nobody reads, nobody looks in. Like they'll see a clip, nobody wants to look at the whole video or the whole episode to see what was going on. People just take shit and they run with it. So that's like one of my biggest pet peeves, period, about like this whole social media generation now that we have. But the question I wanted to ask y'all is like, comparatively, right? I was asking my homegirl, like y'all heard about the whole scandal and what was going on with the Susan G. Komen situation, right?
The Susan what?
Susan G. Komen, the breast cancer awareness organization.
No, I hear about that.
No.
All right, so it's pretty much the same situation, pretty much the same exact situation, where you have and this company is big. Like I you know Red, I watch wrestling. I've been watching it forever. Like to the point where like they always every October or every few months, like they literally on TV on wrestling shows, they talking about cancer research and all of this. They showing the ladies that done recovered and all this stuff. It's a big promotion for the organization so people can donate and help these people help these women with these issues. And then come to find out that the lady in charge of everything is basically been siphoning money and typical shit. Same thing that's going on with the Black Lives Matter. Like it's supposed to be going towards this, but yet you taking money, you buying homes, you doing this, that, and the third. All types of personal shit with money that's supposed to be donated towards breast cancer research. So now homegirl, and she knows about it and all that. Like, well, I'm gonna continue to purchase gear, which is basically donating. I'm gonna continue to do that because I just believe in the cause. Like I just want to walk around and have my new pink shirt every October or whatever the case may be to walk with it or whatever. And to me, in my mind, that's like kind of counterproductive. Right? Like knowing that somebody's taking money that's supposed to be going towards something that you really care about, still giving money to that instead of something else with it that could probably help people straight up, or just not contribute to that at all.
Well, I mean, you're looking at one person that's fucking shit up for everyone else, right? It's almost like if someone steals from Best Buy, do you think every employee there is a thief?
The head of the company, bro. Susan G. Komen herself.
Yeah, so mind you, there's still like accounting people that's there that does the auditing, right? She probably knows how to run her numbers, but she just fucked up. But I think within the company, people that signed up for that job probably wants to make a difference. Maybe she didn't, but other people did. I think there is some kind of good in that.
I think I don't know when it's something like that. Mostly all the higher ups are corrupt. Like the people who probably do want to make a difference is probably like the regular on the field employees and shit like that.
Yeah,
but
the people in the trenches. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
people in the trenches.
They're not getting. I mean, but at the same time, they're not benefiting from the money that's being donated. They're just
right.
They're working. The higher ups that's benefiting from that shit.
What company? I mean, I wouldn't say all companies because that's just but everybody, not everybody, but just people in general. Like just corruption is all the way around across the board, regardless of what it is. Motherfuckers want to make money. That's what they want to do. So you always gonna have that kind of bad element. Yeah, you're gonna have that bad element everywhere. That's gonna ruin it for other people. But I think there's people out there that really want to make a change, and they think that they're signing up for some shit that maybe not be the best thing for them. But yeah, I mean, the Black Lives Matter. I know that one of the, I guess the head of, I guess one of the chapters or whatever was taking money, buying houses and shit. Like, but I wouldn't say that's everybody.
With that too.
Bro,
with that too. It's the lady in charge. This is what I'm talking about.
Houses ain't the word, bro. This bitch is out there buying mega mansions. She's buying mansions.
Yeah, she's wilding. She wilding. But you know what I mean? But
mansions with the donations. Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, there's just people that just are opportunists, right? They find a situation, they find a way to make money off of grief and trauma. And we've been dealing with it forever.
Would you still donate to it, knowing that?
Has she been convicted of shit?
Right. It's gonna happen. Investigation is gonna happen sooner or later.
Because if she's been convicted, then
it's already going on. It came out, but she hasn't. I don't think she got locked up yet. But it's been going on. It's out in the public. So that's my question. Would y'all continue to donate knowing that that's the situation or what's going on?
I ain't gonna hold you. Like I'm done. Like once you burn my trust, I'm not donating shit another penny. It's over. Like to be honest with you, the only real organization I donate to, because I know they actually use their money for good, is the Children's Hospital. St. Jude's. Yeah. I always donate to St. Jude's.
Yeah.
Because I know they're actually taking care of the kids, and the parents don't have to pay for shit when they go in there.
Right.
And they cover the parents' stay, and they cover everything that the kids need. So I always, without hesitation, will donate to St. Jude's. But other places, I don't know, bro. I don't trust.
Any place that says, it's what do you call that shit?
Non-profit.
What do you call it? Non-profit. Like there's still execs that have to get paid. They're not working for free. So that money, some of that money goes it's like you're paying your taxes, right? You tithe $200 out of your check, right? And maybe 5% goes to the chorus, and everything else goes to the execs first. Like it's just they get a fucking smidgen of what you gave. But it's just.
I mean, they're supposed to get some money, but not Mega Mansion's money.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like it's a non-profit. Like
they're not supposed to get Mega Mansions. They're not supposed to be out here buying Bugattis and shit like that. That's crazy.
But it's almost like you go to those churches, right? You go to mega churches and those motherfuckers driving Maybachs and Mercedes. They got these crazy ads like Joel.
Yeah, that's why I would never dropping. They play. If I go to church and I see the pastor dripped out in gold, bro, I'm not putting my money.
Yeah, like it's almost the same thing, but they're using Christ as a platform to make money. Yeah. So it's like there's always something, bro. It's always a shtick, bro. They use Christ. One use black people, black trauma, brown trauma.
I remember one time I went to a Catholic church. And they were passing they were doing the donation plate or something like that, or donating or whatever. I looked at that shit. I just let that shit pass me by, bro. I'm like, as much money as the Vatican is sitting on, you expect me to donate to this Catholic motherfucker? Get the fuck out of here. It's all that gold around the Pope's neck. Yo, get the fuck out of here. Right. Cardinal over here, Cardinal's blinged out and shit. Yo, get the fuck. I'm not donating shit. Yeah. Y'all owe money. I've been collecting money for years. Y'all been collecting since the Middle Ages from kings and queens.
I'm very picky. I'm very picky on where I donate to. I've donated to, like you said, St. Jude's. I've donated to the suicide prevention. Like shit like that. I know that really helps people. I don't like stuff that I can tangibly like call myself and seek the help, and know that there's someone there that wants to be there and wants to help, people that's in need of help mentally. So I don't know. I think that going back into the whole Candace Owens and the White Lives Matter thing, I think Candace Owens is very smart. She's a very smart woman. She's very strategic and tactical at the same time, but she's also using Kanye's illness as a pawn, right? Because she may think it's a troll and she's getting the collection she wants, but I think Kanye, a little bit of him, really believes this stuff, and he goes off on a tangent without her. Like that, there was an article that just came out like last week or some shit like that she's separating herself from him. Like, come on, like you.
I mean, that whole thing was a business deal too. You know, her husband.
It was a business deal.
That company off. Yeah.
He's trying to sell that parlor shit.
That's why she separated. They sold that shit over.
Listen, she separated from him too, and I think said that when he said that slavery was a choice comment, she separated from him too when that shit happened.
No, because
she's like, I'm out.
Isn't her husband Jewish? Yeah, I think.
You sure?
Awkward.
I don't know.
I thought he was like French or like English or something. I thought he was like.
He's white. Oh, of course he's white. It's Candace Owens.
Yeah, his wife.
Of course, bro.
I mean, if she is Jewish, then that's probably why she was like, you wildin', bro, because that was true. That happened.
Can somebody look that up real quick?
Gotta get that fact check.
Married to like. No, this for my own purposes because I feel like she's married to like a lord or some shit like that. Like
a lord,
a baron.
Yeah, one of these dudes, a duke, something.
Nah, she could pull a duke, yo. Shit.
Counts.
His name is Joe. His name is George Farmer. He's from the Reform UK.
Yep.
Yeah, his family looks wild.
Yeah.
That's a wealthy family.
Yeah, I know he's something. Yeah, he's something. Shit, they fuck around at the funny shit. I know they got slave money too.
Yeah. Whatever, man.
Listen, all old money is either slave money or bootlegging. All them old money is either slave money or bootlegging, bro. They were either selling slaves or they were selling liquor when they wasn't supposed to. That's where all money come from.
Damn, bro. Yeah. So yeah, we steered into the sea. Now we're coming back. We're coming back. We circle back now. So let's get into the more lighthearted shit. So they had a Black Panther red carpet.
Wait, one more dark shit. It's crazy. I just heard this today, and I forgot when to talk. Yo, did you hear about Nancy Pelosi's husband, bro?
Yeah, it's fucked up.
That shit is crazy, yo. This world, this country,
man.
These people are losing their minds, bro. And then
that.
the craziest part about it is he sat there and wait for the cops to come.
Yo.
So pretty much somebody Nancy Pelosi's house got broken into, and an intruder came in looking for Nancy, but her husband was there instead. He used a hammer and was beating his body with the hammer. He didn't die. He just got really fucked up. But he was looking for Nancy Pelosi. He's looking for this 89-year-old woman.
And the husband's 80. The husband's 82, mind you. The husband's 82 years old. He's old too.
Crazy.
The husband got beat with a hammer?
Yeah, imagine your grandparent getting beat with a hammer, bro. That's crazy.
Sorry, like who would say like the grandpa beat the intruder with a hammer? I'm like, good for him.
The grandpa got beat with the hammer. It's crazy.
Yeah, so that is definitely fucked up, man. We don't condone that bullshit. That's some crazy extremist shit.
Yo, and you know what's wild? And this is the crazy shit. Because like you said earlier, Twitter is like a free-for-all now, right? So it's almost like I don't even know if this shit is true or not. But I didn't even know about this until like right before we got on the show. And earlier before that, I see somebody put up one of the senators' tweets from last night that said, just wait until tomorrow. So, like, to me, I'm like, what the hell? And then hearing that, I'm like, nah, what's going on right now? Like,
bro, this shit wild, man.
We're lying on each other. Like, what is going on right now?
Bro, I remember around election time, mofos had rope in they were planning to kidnap a governor or one of a Minnesota, one of them states or some shit. They were planning on kidnapping them and then holding them or possibly killing them. They had a plot to do this. Yo, bro, they wilding in America right now, bro.
That's what happens when you have a billionaire that he's not connected to the streets or connected to the world, right? He lives in a bubble, right? Thinking that if he goes and release all these permissions to go ahead and say what you want to say, like he doesn't know. And if he does this, he's an idiot. I think that nothing's gonna happen out of this. Nothing that it's gonna be good conversations, and it's not gonna happen because you got people that just don't want to have these good conversations. They just want to say what they want to say. They don't want to hear. You know, you can't have a conversation with these people. Like they already think about the next response. They're never really listening to you. They're just waiting for you to shut up so they can just speak what they want to speak.
Right.
So it's whatever, man. So.
But at the same time, we gotta protect free speech, though, man, because like that's really all we got.
I mean, I can be honest. Free speech is not in jeopardy, bro. Like people misconstrue what free speech is, and that's what gets them in trouble. It's like freedom of speech is like you talking about like, oh, I can't stand this person in power, or he's a bum. He needs to get fired. He needs to get kicked out of office. Yada yada yada, stuff like that. And you not go to jail for saying something like that, because there's other countries where you can't talk about the people in power, or you're gonna get locked up. Like,
about V for Vendetta.
Yeah, but why can't you? Yeah, like why can't you speak up against the government?
But you could speak up as much as you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you could do that. You could do
that, but if you're trying to use someone's platform, right, a platform that someone owns, to have your own kind of town square where your voice kind of travels even like the longer range, versus going outside and saying your shit. I mean, you could talk. Freedom of speech is cool, but when you try to get on a platform, that's a little bit different. Because you may be saying the wrong things.
So what Fresh is trying to say is like, what freedom of speech doesn't cover is it doesn't cover you inciting. So like if you go in like
right, exactly.
If you're going out there and you're saying stuff to like that incites people to want to do harm to other people, then that becomes like no longer, it's not protected no more as freedom of speech. You have to be held accountable for your words. It's like I can't go in the movie theater and scream out fire, 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 and then like cause a whole stampede, and like people end up getting trampled and killed because I started a whole stampede screaming fire. I can be held accountable for doing that. Freedom of speech doesn't cover that. What it covers you is you going out there saying what you want to say about a politician in power, like, oh, he's a bum. He needs to get out of office. He's not doing his job. Yada yada. All that stuff, short of threatening their life and saying you're going to do this or that, whatever to them. You can't do that. That freedom of speech don't cover that. But you talking about them and the way they're handling the country and the way they're running shit, that's free for you to do, and they won't lock you up for it. And that's what freedom of speech cover. Mm-hmm. Now, what people mix up is they think freedom of speech protects them from accountability, and it doesn't. You can still be held accountable for the shit you say through other means, which is like money wise and stuff like that. So if you're slandering someone's name and you're saying, oh, if I'm over here saying, oh, Stinky does this, Stinky does that, and it's not true, Stinky could come around and then say, you know what, I'm suing Red because Red is over here saying all these bad shit about me to people, and it's not even true.
Defamation of character.
Yeah, there's no freedom of speech there because I'm over here slandering his name. Freedom of speech is not protecting me from that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's almost like how Alex Jones, right? He was sitting on the platform talking about Sandy Hook never happened. Right? That was all. It was a hoax.
People lost their kids. People lost their kids.
And that's considered free speech, right? But like the shit that you say has you have to understand, like you have to take accountability, right? Because you're saying some shit that, for one, happened, right? If you lived on the East Coast, you know this shit happened. Motherfuckers lost little kids. And he went off and he was talking about this never happened. These are all actors. Bro.
Listen. When that verdict dropped, people was like, oh, that's his freedom of speech. And I say, you know what? You're right. His freedom of speech did protect him from going to jail, but it doesn't protect him from getting sued. He didn't go to jail for saying what he said, but it doesn't protect him from getting sued. You can be held accountable.
But mind you, and mind you, he could be that one voice, right? And he just said what he had to say. And maybe like 100 to 1,000 people believe what he said. Then you create this culture, right, of people that think that this whole thing was a hoax. Like it's more damage than anything. Like, listen, if you want to go online and talk about these lizard people and politicians, then go ahead. The lizard people. Like, listen, go ahead and do it. But like, when people use trauma to monetize their show to get clicks, you can go fuck yourself. Point blank, left, right, whoever. Doesn't matter.
He definitely fucked himself. He gotta pay what, 900 something million.
You gotta pay like damn near $1 billion.
Yeah, you gotta pay like close to $1 billion.
And he went. He was on a podcast. He was like, I don't have it. What are you gonna get? So,
we know you don't have it, nigga. That's why. Everything you do to earn money, that shit's gonna be going as a check going to the parents, bro. It's over. You working for somebody else. You working for somebody else for the rest of your life, yo. That's crazy, bro.
Oh my god.
Yo, all your checks is getting garnished and going to the parents, bro. You're not making no more money anymore, yo. Like, it's over.
Yeah, you finished.
That is.
He's
crazy.
finished, but yep. So the boat went out, and we made a left. And then we got caught in the current. And we got caught in the current again.
Right,
and went
right
back
when we
out.
about to go back to shore, a big wave came.
So we're gonna reel it back in. We're hour 120. We're gonna reel it back in. We're gonna try to keep it on brand, but hey, who knows? So
the Locans, man, the Locans, they're messing with the water.
So there was a red carpet premiere of Black Panther on Wednesday, and I watched the red carpet. I thought it was pretty interesting. I thought it was kind of fucked that it was one of the hosts was talking about how somebody was wearing a costume, and I'm like, bitch, that's not a costume. Like, there's costumes in the show, movie, but there was people wearing like the actual African garb, and she's calling them costumes. Like, they're not costumes. Stop calling it costumes, bro. I'm sitting here, I'm in the chat, like, can you stop her from saying costumes? They're not costumes. Yo, so
wow, disrespect.
It was wild. It was wild, man. But like, a lot of people, they saw the movie, and there was a lot of good fucking reviews, right? Like, people are like praising it, saying it's a nice farewell piece for Chadwick. But they said like everything else between the story and Namor and all this kind of good shit. I'm super stoked to see this fucking movie. I can't wait. This is what, the 10th? That's like 2 weeks from now. I can't fucking wait. I'm mad that this was out already because there's people that's spoiling the shit out of this movie already. And I caught one thing and I'm like, fuck, this is the kind of movie I don't want to get spoiled. I kind of want to go into it like fresh. Like, I don't want to know anything other than what I saw in the trailers. But it's getting high reviews, and the people that I normally follow that kind of take their word for certain things as far as like critics and shit, they're all praising it.
Who have you read or watched?
So one of my favorite like critics is Perry Nemiroff. And
okay.
Yeah, she the movies that we kind of we like pretty much the same kind of movies. We have the same kind of like almost identical to how we feel about movies and shit. Who else was there was a lot of what's the other person's name? It's slipping my mind.
Harlow?
Fuck. Harlow, I don't know. He's wishy-washy, but he praised the movie. You talking about Christian Harlow?
Yeah.
Yeah. He loved the movie. But a lot of people like.
What about your favorite, John Campion?
I don't know if John Campion saw it. I fucking hate John Campion. Stop trolling me, bro.
No.
Look at his back. He was just like,
yo, listen, hate is a horrible term, man. He bothers me with the scooping and all that. Like, I have the scoop and he wilded out. Like, Yeah, I'm not his biggest fan.
I don't know. I'm decent with John Campea. Like, I don't agree with like most of his takes, but I find out he is very knowledgeable and shit. But he's like too arrogant
And
sometimes.
arrogant. Yeah, his ego and shit. Like, yeah, I don't like that shit. I like more of my humble guys that's out there. Like, I follow this kid on TikTok. He's super annoying. I wouldn't say he's annoying. He's. You ever heard of you guys heard of Soups?
I've heard of him. Yeah.
Yeah, my
So
son,
yeah,
I can't stand him either.
he's like a super hype beast. He screams out, let's go all the time. He's just like but listen, he's out there, he's doing big things, right? He's like, even if you go to like either Regal or AMC, he's actually like one of the beginning guys, like, you know, when they show trailers and shit about the movie theater experience, he's like one of those guys.
What? How you get that? I want to do that for AMC. AMC, yo. Let me be in that opening part, yo. Take out Nicole Kim and add me, yo.
So yeah, he's out there. He's doing some good things, man. But like, yeah, he's all about cameos. From what I'm seeing, he's all about cameos and big moments, right? Yeah, if it doesn't have a big moment, it's a trash movie. So he saw the movie. He was invited to go to this premiere, and he said that this movie is going backwards. And I'm like,
uh-oh.
Really? Listen, your opinion, fine, cool, but like, you're the only one out there,
right?
You're the only one. So like, are you gonna change your tune when the movie comes out and everyone fucking loves this movie? And you're like, you know what? I slept on it, and maybe I
watched it again on a
rated
full
it too hard. Yeah, watch it on a full stomach, like Uncharted. But again, like, it may not be for him. You know what I mean? It may not have the big moments and the big cameos. You know what I mean? But maybe this movie's not for you, bro. Maybe it doesn't speak to you. That Black Adam didn't work for me. It was a good watch. I had a good time, but it didn't work for me.
Really?
No, Black Adam definitely didn't work. It didn't work for me. But it was a good watch.
It worked for me.
We'll get into that. I don't want to ruin it for Fresh Prince. I don't want him to drop out too early. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to Black Panther. I'm looking forward to all this. A lot of comic book news, man. We had James Gunn is now the Kevin Feige of DC Studios, because it's not called DCEU. It's called DC Studios. So finally, they have a studios, which is good because they didn't have that. It was always, they had this kind of like fragmented kind of situation. Now they have a centralized studio where they can kind of, you know, curate these movies and really make them good. And I hope that James Gunn, you know, he's a comic book head. He understands what the fans want. You know, he has the ability to make good fucking movies. Like I'm a fan of the Guardians movies. I'm a fan of Slither. I'm a fan of all his movies, even the Scooby-Doo movie he made. You know what I mean? Like that he wrote for. Like I like his shit, and a lot of people don't like his movies. Like they think they're too, like, you know, they're too jokey or whatever. Like, yeah, I like him.
That's my thing with him. Which I do like the announcement of him taking over. Well, he's co-running because he has a partner. That,
the partner's only dealing with the relations. He's not making the decisions, like movie decisions. He's just doing relations, which is good because it's giving him a lot more control.
Yeah.
My thing with him is like I'm wondering how he's gonna handle like a Batman project, or, you know, something that's more dark and like can't be too jokey. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah. I mean, I guess that's because that's his own taste, his movie. I don't think he's gonna want to invoke his taste into other like creators. So he may give people the ability to kind of make their own thing. Because I watched Suicide Squad not too long ago, like maybe like a couple of days ago, and I'm like, damn, I have a really good appreciation to this movie now because I watched Peacemaker, and I'm like, this movie is fucking great. I love it.
And watching Peacemaker.
No, like it was okay. Like it was not like it was like it didn't make a top 10, or it was just like, all right, cool. The movie happened, cool. but I really didn't connect with it. But then when you get a show like Peacemaker, which is like, it's so many layers to this onion, you get to kind of like connect with that one character. So when you watch the movie again, you're like, I know what this kid is going through. Like, he went through mad shit. He's not just a dick because he's been a dick. You know that his father's a fucking racist, that he killed, he mistakenly killed his brother. Like, we didn't know these things going into this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it just gave me a different level of appreciation to the movie, and I rated it wrong. I think I probably rated it maybe a 3. But watching it again, I had a good time. Like, sometimes it takes some time. Like, sometimes it takes, a different kind of like lens to watch a movie and kind of like fall in love with it.
All right, so I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna give you some time with Black Adam.
I might just like it. You know what it is with Black Adam? It's hard for me to kind of like detach The Rock, right? When I see him, I see The Rock. I see him as Hobbs. I see it's the same characters, like pretty like one-dimensional character. He looks like Black Adam. He has the physique like Black Adam, but he just has The Rock's face, and I just can't remove it. You know what I mean? Like everyone, like the people in the movie, like Dr. Fate, like he was awesome, right? But there were certain things that didn't work for me, right? Like there was a lot of CG when it didn't need to be CG. And there's one part which was like a Easter egg to a video game, and that could have been practical. I don't understand why that had to be CG.
Hold on, let me just cut you off real quick, Fresh. I'm gonna say one thing, and then I'm gonna let y'all go, so y'all could go ahead and have a full discussion, so you don't have to hold nothing back. All right. Just on the last point you made, I'll just say I think it was a good decision for them to choose James Gunn, and I don't think he will. I think being under Feige and Feige allowing him to like put his flair and be free to do what he did with all the Guardians movies, I think he's gonna take that into his managerial experience when he's producing these movies. And also Matt Reeves, I forgot the name of the deal and I'm mad with myself right now, but Matt Reeves has like a deal with Warner where he's excuse me, or DC. Well, no, it's with Warner's. I'm sorry, because he basically
it's a first look deal.
In charge of.
It's a first look deal.
Right.
He has like 5 spin-offs.
Right, exactly. So with him having that and having the freedom, James Gunn will allow him to develop that Batman universe the way he sees fit, because it was a success in my eyes. So they want to merge it with everything else, but I think if they decide to do that, I think they'll find a good way to do that, and I think it was a good decision to choose James Gunn. I won't go too much into that, but I'll let y'all go ahead. Conversation.
It's all good. Like it was definitely a good move for them, and plus it creates more of a bridge between Marvel and DC, right? Because now you have like 2 people that have a really strong connection. Right, I'm not saying that we're gonna get a Marvel versus DC anytime soon, but it's a possibility in the future that can happen, right? And we can have that if James Gunn is still here. You know what I mean? I think he proved himself.
I don't know, man. Disney real protective with their shit though. Disney, I feel like we're gonna have to convince, not Warner Brothers so much.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but. Anything is possible, man. At this point in time, it's all about making money. If Disney could sit there and say, "Hey, listen, Sony, I will front you the money to make your own Spider-Man movie, just because you want Spider-Man." Like Sony spent no money on this movie and took 80% of the cut. Like, who got the shit into the deal here? Disney just wanted Spider-Man and all their fucking Avengers shit, and I guess they made a lot of their money from like toys and shit.
But you know what it is?
That's the money maker right there. Anyway,
but you know what it is? Yeah. It's not so much just that they wanted Spider-Man. They wanted Spider-Man to look good. They probably didn't like the way Sony was doing Spider-Man, so they said, "Listen, this is our character. We have to sell him in other platforms and stuff like that. We want him to look good in the movie universe too." So I can see
Sony did a bad job with Spider-Man though.
Huh?
I don't think Sony did a bad job with Spider-Man.
I'm not saying they did a bad job, but maybe they didn't like the job they were doing with Spider-Man. You know, Amazing Spider-Man 2 wasn't getting that much high praise, even though I loved it. Audience-wise, it wasn't one of the favorite ones. People preferred Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, even though it bombed with Spider-Man 3 with that disaster and stuff. And Spider-Man 4 got canceled because they were trying to make a Spider-Man 4 and then it got dropped. And that's when they brought in Garfield to bring in Spider-Man with the remakes of Amazing Spider-Man. And then he was supposed to do Amazing Spider-Man 3 and that got dropped. So it's like Disney was like, you know what? Let's let us step in. Let's make our character look great. And they did it. They made their character. Their character look great. He feels like Spider-Man. He feels like Peter Parker at the same time. You know, and they did a good job.
And revived their other Spider-Mans at the same time.
But my thing with Disney is I don't think they want their characters going up against the competition. And then, like, if you're gonna have, say, Batman fight Captain America, who you gonna have win that fight? Because you think Disney gonna want to say, "Oh, we want Captain America to lose to Batman," or you think Warner Brothers gonna want Batman to lose to Captain America, which is their top guy? So then that's where the issue is gonna become. So it's like that movie is gonna be really hard to make, especially when people don't want their characters looking bad. And you know what? If it was just a comic book, they would have done it. It was just DC, the comic book franchise, and Marvel, the comic book franchise, and they weren't owned by these bigger companies. They would have done it. But the fact these bigger companies bought them out, and they think big picture now. That's how we got this one and done comic book. It was the two comic book companies that made it together. They had the fans vote which superhero wins the fight, and then whichever the fan vote went, that's who won the fight in the comic book or whatever like that. So they're not gonna do that because everybody's thinking like, nah, ain't no way I'm gonna have freaking Superman looking like a scrub to like Thor or something like that. You know what I mean? It's like, or nah, you ain't about to punk out Hulk to Superman or whatever like that.
Goku versus Superman.
You know they'll do. They'll go ahead and make it a tie every single time. Yep. It'll be a tie. No one will ever wins. It'll be a tie.
Not even, you know what's gonna happen is that they're gonna be fighting, and then they're gonna have a common enemy come down. They're gonna be like, "We need to fight this guy together."
Word. Darkseid and Thanos.
They're gonna have. I was just about to say that they're gonna bring Darkseid and Thanos back together to fight. They're gonna have to team up to fight Darkseid and Thanos together, whatever. And then it's like, okay, you can fight Thanos, but I think a Marvel guy got to get the final blow on Thanos. They got to get the winning hit on Thanos. You can fight Darkseid, but I think a DC guy got to get the winning hit on Darkseid. You know what I mean? Man, but I would love to see it. Don't make my my comments seem like I don't want to see it. I would love to see that. I'm just very doubtful that we're going to see it, but I would love to see it.
Yeah, I don't foresee that happening anytime soon, but at least we have a better relationship with. We know who the go-to guy is in DC. Now we know. Like, we didn't know there was so many different execs that had their hands in the pot. Now we know, like, James Gunn is leading that ship, right? And I think that DC made a great decision, and hopefully projects come out and listen, I don't care about anything, bro. Give me Superman. Give me a Superman, Man of Steel 2, whatever you guys want to call it, the Man of Tomorrow. Do whatever you want, because I'm getting tired of all these other shows, all these fucking characters getting fucking shows, but not Superman. Yo, there's a fucking Pennyworth fucking show. They'd rather make a shit about Pennyworth than they'll. Yo, man, we have
to watch that shit. I'm not watching no shit about Batman.
Me neither.
I'm sorry. I refuse to watch that shit.
It's so funny. If you watch Teen Titans the movie, they really make fun of it, and it's kind of true, right? They're like, they will make any fucking movie in the world other than a Robin movie. Like, they just think that Robin is corny. And they say, yo, they was like, oh man, they got a trailer for the Robin movie, and no, it was a fucking trailer of the Batmobile. Like, the Batmobile had a movie. It's the Batmobile. So it it's so funny. It's super meta, but it's true. It's poking fun at what's happening because The Rock just posted something on his Instagram saying that for 7 years, DC has been saying no to Henry being back as Superman. So for 7 years, they were like, he's not coming back. We don't want him back.
That's why they fired that nigga. Like, why would you get rid of the best Superman? That's why they fired that.
Walter Hamada, he was one of the stakeholders that really kind of like allowed and fostered Joss Whedon to do a lot of the fuck shit that he was doing, and Toby Emmerich, and this is why Ray Fisher, the guy who plays Cyborg, he called him out on the bullshit, and because he called him out, he kind of like lost parts, and they wanted him back for the Flash movie, but he was like, as long as Walter Hamada is involved in this film, I'm not coming onto this film, and he stood on board, and he lost the role to being he didn't lose the role, they cut his part out of the movie. So it's like, I'm glad that Walter's out. Great, good riddance. We need a new captain, and hopefully James Gunn can lead the ship, and we can get some really good content, because the animation side needs help, because the animation has been they used to be A1. The animation department used to be amazing, but like the shit that's been coming out lately has been kind of bullshit. You had a Super Sons. I saw a little bit of it, and it's not. I don't like it.
Super Sons.
Yeah, Superman and Batman's son teaming up together.
I ain't even hear about that.
Great concept.
They're like they're best friends in the comic book.
Yeah, it just came out maybe last week. The animation side. The animation style is a little bit different. It's almost like Into the Spider-Verse, that kind of shell shaded, but it doesn't really work. Yeah. You know what I mean? But
of course.
Yeah. So mind you, like, there's so much content you could do with those kids, right? You could make it. That could have been live action, to be honest, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's the animation. The animation department has been kind of like lackluster since. I mean,
there could be a lot of few bad movies. I mean, Marvel hasn't released any like animated movies, so
they have a whole lot. Like DC was like, they were on point. I think it started going downhill as the Killing Joke was like went to shit, and then after everything else was like,
it started out good until they had Batman laughing at the end.
Yeah,
everybody like, what the? Everybody looked around like, what the fuck is this?
Does he not do that in the comics?
He
it's
I don't remember.
You're gonna have to go find my Killing Joke. I got it here somewhere too.
I don't remember. I don't remember him laughing, but I also don't really remember the ending.
Yeah, no. So the ending is the Joker gives him one last joke, and then he actually laughs, and they're both laughing together. But all of a sudden, the Joker's laugh stops, like off cam. So insinuating that he killed the Joker at the end of it. Like he finally put it.
I know that for sure in the comic, in the graphic novel, he didn't fuck Barbara.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So
that was crazy. Bro. That's first of all, that's random, everybody know that's Dick Grayson's girl. So like,
violations, bro.
That was almost like the artist was like, yeah, let's just throw on a sex scene. Like it was no need for it. It was a 2-minute. It was a 2-minute thing that didn't need to happen. It brought nothing to the story. It brought nothing to the conversation other than he's beating out. He's this chick is clearly mad younger than him. Like this motherfucker.
It's like he fucked his son's girl, bro. Like that's crazy. that's nuts, bro.
What are you doing, stepdad?
Yo, I was thinking about copying that Gotham Knight shit, and I'm like, that the gameplay looks just terrible and crappy. It looks worse than the Avengers game.
I can't even do it.
I'd rather wait for the Suicide Squad.
I'm holding out for Game Pass to see Game Pass gonna get it.
They might get it because they had with the Guardians on Game Pass, right? The
Guardians on Game Pass. Yeah, I'm waiting for them to go on Game Pass.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good concept, right? It's a 4-player co-op. Like it must be a good time. But like, yo, when you look at the gameplay of the Batmobile, the Bat Cycle, they're going like under the speed limit. That's how slow the game is running.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's going fast at all. It's 30 frames, and it's struggling at 30 frames. Even on fucking PC, it's 30 frames. It's crazy. The game.
Even though YouTube spoiled the ending for me, so I saw what the final fight was.
I saw a little bit of it too. Yeah.
You don't go on YouTube if you don't want to spoil the game for yourself. But
yeah, Gotham Knight. I mean, I don't know how the graphics downgraded from Gotham Knight. Gotham Knight graphics was crazy. Like the rain, the particles, all that shit. This game has no particles, nothing. It's dry. There's even the floors are even wet. It's just there's no reflection.
Which game?
They try to really minimize. Gotham Knights. Yeah.
Arkham. Oh.
Arkham Knights. Arkham Knights. Sorry, Arkham Knights. Arkham Knights.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. I don't know, man. But yeah, shout out to DC, man. Hopefully they do good things and we can move forward. Fresh, you don't have to leave yet. We wait until the end of the show to do Black Adam.
We really gotta talk about it. We can wait. We can hold on. I don't mind waiting another week to talk about it.
To be honest, brother, I could wait. I could wait 2 weeks to talk about it. I really don't want to talk about it.
Damn,
so I don't care.
Damn.
Listen. Go watch. No, you might listen. I had a good time. There was a couple of times where I laughed. There was a couple of times where I was like, "Oh shit, that was funny," but I was like, "Yo, this is like I don't know." It's a weird situation. There was a lot of like. It felt like things were like stolen from other properties. Even Chris looked at it. There was a part where it was like, "This reminds me of X-Men," and this is not an X-Men. This is not like.
Oh man.
It was almost like he was listen. Just watch it. Just watch it.
I think I know what you're talking about because that was in the trailer. I'm thinking in my head that was kind of obvious. The jet.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I seen that. Yeah, I seen that in the trailer.
And he was almost like a fake. It was almost like a fake Black Panther, bro. Like he had like the African art, and they had like kind of the music playing. I'm like, bro.
That's why I came on the movie saying he should have been black. They should have recasted him as Black Panther. I was like, because I said this dude was. So I was like, when I left, I said this dude is more T'Challa than Hawkman.
That's who I wanted, and that's the only reason I'm going to watch this. To be honest with you, like, yeah, I'm interested, but like, I really want to support Aldous Hodge. Like, honestly, bro, like that's been my dude since like Leverage. I don't know if any of y'all ever watched that, but like. That was the first time I watched that dude, and I liked him in everything he's been in ever since. So, like, I'm glad he's in, like, a big superhero property. Like, I did honestly want him to be T'Challa, but it is what it is, man. I'm just happy.
It could happen. Who knows? Whenever DC decide to wake up.
Word.
I doubt he getting his own spinoff, so, yeah, it could happen.
So... Yeah, I mean he was good. Listen, it had a lot of good qualities. I'll watch it again when it's on HBO Max, whatever, and hopefully I feel different about it.
I enjoyed the movie. I felt like the story was good. The Rock being The Rock didn't bother me. I don't know. I just wish that they showed more of Dr. Fate's abilities than certain abilities that they just showed. Like I feel like they handicapped him in this match because I feel like it was, and I feel like they had to because if they didn't, he would have outshined the main character, which is Black Adam. So that's my only like real gripe with the movie was the Dr. Fate. But don't get me wrong. Pierce Brosnan did a great job as Dr. Fate, bro. I hope like they find some way to make a Dr. Fate movie or do something, man. Because it's like they gotta put him in the DCEU. They gotta make more Dr. Fate's movie with Pierce Brosnan.
Whenever I agree 100%. But whenever I see like a Rock movie and it says like $7 production, I already know the amount of influence he has and what is said and what is done, how he's portrayed, you know, it's gonna be a lot of like, I'm the center stage. Even though this is called Black Adam, right? But like, I don't know, man. When you watch Jungle Cruise, right? One of the reasons why I love this movie and I didn't see him as The Rock is because it was a Disney property and it was not his property, and so he had to follow the script, right? He didn't have influence in that, and it allowed him to be different than what he normally is. And I love this movie. Like even the corny jokes had me fucking slapping my fucking thigh, bro. And this one here just felt like he was cool. He was very stoic. He reminded me just like Hodge on a different level, right? Just I don't give a fuck. And it was dope to see. Hobbs. My bad. I'm old. I'm at an age where I'm fucking everybody's name up. Yeah. Hobbs. But yeah, he was like a Hobbs, but like I don't give a fuck. And they made him super OP, and it's almost like damn, like they made him seem like he could beat Superman if they got into a fight.
I mean,
he could.
Yeah.
He could, but
he's one of the closest people to do it. Him, Shazam.
Because Superman, what besides kryptonite, magic is his next like
weakness.
So that's what Black Adam has up on him. So he can beat him.
But even though when I found out like Hawkman, like his armor and everything else, even his weapon is like anti-magic, right? Mm-hmm. And he was still having problems. You know what I mean? Like it seemed like they nerfed him a lot.
The problem was with Hawkman, like I was saying in the
Hawkman.
Yeah, I was saying before I saw the movie with Hawkman, it's like it's nth metal, but you have to hit the nigga with it. Like, you gotta hit him with it for it to work, yo. And if you don't hit him with it, that's his ass. That's why I feel like Hawkman is overrated sometimes, because I'm like, bro, all you gotta do is just dodge his club, and he's nothing, bro. Like, I mean, yeah, he got a little super strength to him, but like for another super villain or another person, that ain't nothing. Just dodge his club, and you good. You beat Hawkman.
Yep. So before we end up spoiling something, we're gonna move on, right? Because I feel like I'm gonna say something and it's gonna fuck everything up. So
I was sitting there waiting. I'm like, when are they gonna stop talking about?
Yeah.
Because something's gonna slip.
I feel it in my bones. I'm gonna say some shit.
I appreciate y'all though, fellas. I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
No problem.
I know it's hard.
We can move on to something.
It's hard for me. I've been doing it for 2 weeks. This is gonna be the third week now. I saw before all of y'all.
Yeah.
Next topic.
We could talk about Andor real quick. I know that you said Freshman, you didn't see it, right? Did you see it or did you not see it? Andor.
I think you still haven't watched it either. I think me and you the only two that watched it.
I don't care though. Y'all can go ahead and talk about it.
To be honest, this episode felt like there was a lot of stakes, and it was like I felt very stressed out. Right? It was a really good episode.
To be honest, I need whoever wrote this episode to write the rest of it.
Yeah,
episode 5 and episode 7 to get good episodes.
Bro, to be honest, I said whoever wrote this episode needs to write the rest of the episode, because this is one episode that like I was actually paying attention, and I was like, okay, there's some stakes here. Okay, I'm learning some stuff. Okay, like where was this dialogue in the first episode? In the first couple episodes, yo, like you feel
like you feel the tension. You feel that he's like, what the fuck? I'm never gonna get out of this place, because at the end of the last episode, you see that he get locked up. But you see the whole process and how they treating these prisoners like slaves, right?
Yeah.
For the Empire, and it's like they making them build shit, but they're making it a game where, well, I don't want to ruin it, but like,
no, they don't care.
Oh, so
no, I mean, y'all said it's good, so don't ruin it. Y'all said it's good.
Now he's over here.
I don't care.
Now he's like, oh, don't ruin it.
I'm too far behind to be like, hold on.
Normally, y'all don't like it, and y'all just skim through the shit. So I just assumed it would be the same thing. That's why I said just go ahead. But if y'all talking about it's good and there's stakes and all, nah, don't ruin it for me, bro.
But I mean, it's not like there's no, it's just dialogue. There's no action or anything happened in this episode. But
it's good dialogue, right?
Yeah.
It's dialogue that's going somewhere. Like, all right, so what is the next plan? Now I'm interested in seeing what's the next plan because I can foresee he's trying to get out, right? They introduce somebody that we've seen before, and I'm like, all right, so that's. You know what, Fresh Prince? I will say, go watch it.
Oh, look at this guy.
No, I am gonna watch it. But let me just add this though. Didn't I say to y'all? I tried to give y'all some type of expectation, right? I just wanted to check. No.
We praised one episode, and he goes, "Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you?" There we go.
I'm not going that far. Relax, Red. Chill. I'm not at that point yet. What I'm saying is, I just went on just to double check, like what episode it was, right? So y'all, it's episode 8 we on now, right? So this is what I was trying to explain to y'all. Like, if y'all look at it like Clone Wars, right? And y'all just look at like every 3 episodes in those like 3 episode arc type batches. If you think about it, number 8, now you ramping up, like you said, you ready for the next episode. This is number 8 to lead into number 9, which should probably have mad action. And then we're going to start all over again from 10, 11, and 12. So this is what I was trying to like give y'all some type of expectations on, and try not to expect like them to be wilding from just from the gate.
Out of 7 episodes, I'm sorry, bro. Out of 7 episodes, I only like 2.
My issue is the dialogue was sucking, it was bad in the first couple episodes.
The dialogue was sucking.
it was bad, bro. This one. It was the same as the beginning episode. No action, no nothing. There was nothing crazy going on, but with the dialogue and the talking that was going on, it had you invested. You felt like, okay, there's stuff going down. There's stakes involved here. Like, let me pay attention to what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the first Andor like I really felt invested in hearing what the people were talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like.
That's what's up. So I should love this episode since y'all really like it. And y'all hyped. That means I'm probably gonna love it.
Because it's setting up. It's not only setting up one character's arc. It's setting up like 3. You're getting 3 different vantage points where things are moving. There's things now we see it, right? You have Maz. You have was it Maz Mothra or whatever her name is? I'm probably saying that shit wrong. You see what's happening with that? It's getting to the thick of it now. Mm-hmm. And you got Binks. She has something that's happening. Then you have Cassian that's going through some shit, and you see it, and it's fucking tense, bro. Like you sitting there, like, yo, dude, how the fuck he's gonna get out of this place?
But you know what's funny? I like how the episode all like included this situation that's going on with Cassian, even though they don't know what's going on with Cassian. So like. Remember, like last episode, he got picked up just for walking down the street.
Yeah.
So, like in this episode, they talk about it. The politicians are talking about it, how people are just get randomly arrested for no reason, and it's like, yo, it's like stuff is connected now. Now it's like, okay, you see, this is what we're supposed to do. Connect the stuff, make it interesting. Let me pay attention. Like, get me invested, yo. And that's why I kind of like. That's not a spoiler or anything, because they talk about way bigger stuff in this episode. But that was just like one of the little things, like, that they pointed out, like, you know, people getting the mass arrest and people getting arrested, like, for picking up on the street and they're not doing anything. And they talking about how the influence of the empire may be growing and all that stuff. And you know, it was interesting. This episode, I was involved. I was invested.
Yeah, I was definitely engaged. I was like, oh shit, I didn't fall asleep watching the shit. I'm like, all right, cool. This is good. I was actually upset when it ended. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, I wanted to see more. Yup, I wanted to see more. Oh, he left. He's like, nah, man, he's just talking all this shit.
I was like, yo, I got excited. I was like, oh shit, good shit. Oh, he says audio is crazy. Yeah, man, that shit was crazy, man. It was wild, but it was a good one.
This episode got his first 5 for me.
Yeah, yeah, I would say a 5 too.
This is definitely my first 5. This was my first 5. I've been giving this shit like 2.5 and 3s the whole season.
Yo, to be honest, bro. To be honest,
I'm hyped now.
Yo, to be honest, 100%, you could have started this show at this episode. and you would have been, we just would have given a quick synopsis of what happened the last 6 months, but it could have started here and like, yo, tension is high.
Yep.
Like we spent we spent almost 6 episodes on just a heist, right? So now really, it was good. You gonna love it, Fresh.
Can't really talk about it now. It was, you know, going in depth because Fresh didn't see it, but it was yeah. That heist had a lot of repercussions. And yeah, man. But yeah, it's a fun.
I mean, maybe that's why they wanted to spend time on it, since it had so much repercussion.
Nah, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. There's no excuse for bad dialogue.
Yo. Trolling, bro. Nah, that shit was crappy. It was crappy.
I know,
already.
Me personally, like I said, it was only like, I only remember like 1 or maybe 2 episodes where I was really like, blah. I know 1 episode I was really tight, and I know maybe 1 episode I was kind of like blah, but I've been on board for the most part.
It was. So. I think it was last episode. Last episode, he was like, I really didn't care about this episode. He was like,
nah, it was the one before the heist, because I thought the heist was gonna happen an episode before, and I didn't see the point in that whole episode they had before the heist. I remember that one. I highly disliked.
Oh, the one where they kept talking about how they don't trust him. That episode. Yeah, we all get it. You don't trust them. Yeah. Let's move on. Like shit.
Yeah.
Only for the person that said he didn't trust him the most was the one like, yeah, we should just take half.
Those are the mofos that projecting.
Projecting. Anyways, man. So yeah, man, it was a 5. I would recommend you watch this, and we talk about it next week along with the next episode, so we can talk about 2, because we can definitely jump right back into that. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about House of the Dragon.
Hit it, Red. Hit it, Red.
I love that song, man.
Yo, the song. I love the show. Oh,
I am so mad. We have to wait 2 fucking years for the next season,
bro. When I saw that,
years,
so crushing, bro. Like I heard they said, early 2023. I said, wait, 2024. What they talking about? I heard early 2023. I looked it up. No, production begins in early 2023. I said, oh my gosh.
Yeah, so they don't start filming in the spring. They start filming. So we're not gonna get. It'll be around this time in 2024, like fall. So I'm really mad, and that first episode is gonna be wild.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I downloaded I told you guys I downloaded the audiobook. I'm like 20 hours.
I hope they don't downplay the first episode. You know, like they're like, oh yeah, let's talk about what we're gonna do next. You know, some bullshit.
Oh, I highly doubt that. The way this shit ended, bro, I kind of knew that this had to be the cliffhanger, right?
I think the first episode will get downplayed. The second episode is where shit's gonna pop off. Because the first episode is gonna be the reaction of what Eamon done from the green side of the thing, and you know, Addison is gonna curse him out. Even Otto's gonna curse him out. They're like, bro, what the fuck, bro? Like, we just sent you to deliver a message and make a deal. What the
yo,
you doing? Like,
what was crazy, right? Because I never I read a lot of the times when I do read adaptations, I normally read it after the fact. I never read it before the fact. So when I watch it, it's like, oh, I don't really know. I can't pull a reference. So when I saw this episode, I'm like, I know how Storm's End. I know how Storm's End. What do you call that? Storm's End looks like, right? Because they show the illustration. I'm like, that's Storm's End. This is gonna happen right now. Fuck. I was not ready for it, and I was like, so in the audiobook, they kind of like the whole Damon situation is different how they played it in the show. So I was like, oh, I wonder if they're gonna do it this way, and they changed it up a little bit. But I like the way they changed it up on the show. It made more sense for Damon to not berate him the moment he walked into the castle, right? Because in the book he says mad wild shit before he even could say who he is. He calls him all kinds of shit, and he goes, "Oh yeah, my mom, the queen." He goes, "Yeah, the queen of whores." That was crazy. And the fact they kind of like explain why, because in the book he had every intentions to kill Luke, right? Even the point where he was like, "Listen," Baratheon was like, "We're not fighting here. This is, this. You could do whatever you want outside." But he was kind of chill because he was actually there to pick a wife, right? And the wife that he ended up picking, the sister was like, "Oh, I'm glad he didn't pick me because I want a man that has all his pieces." That's what really propelled him to go out and kill Luke.
So then he kind of like, "Oh, the nigga took your balls too."
Yeah,
I know he took your eye, but he took your balls. And she was wilding out, bro. She put the battery in the back heavy, boy.
Yo, so in this, but I like what they did because they made it seem like it was a dragon thing, right? Where the moment he spoke in High Valyrian, that's the only thing that the dragons can understand. So when he heard him say, "You owe a debt," the dragon was like, "Oh, we playing this kind of game? Because I'm 100 years old. I'm not playing this tag your it shit. I'm fighting." And so when Atrax fucking blew his smoke and blew his fire, Atrax, Eric, Atrax. I'm thinking about fucking. I'm thinking about fucking. No, from fucking from Destiny.
You got your name from a dish soap.
Yeah, man. But when he did that shit, he was like, "Oh, we playing that game? All right, cool." And he already knew. Damon already knew that he lost control of the dragon. That's how he kind of could tell. So they made it, Amen. So they kind of made him seem like he didn't want to kill him, like he didn't have intent. He just wanted to fuck with him. But in the book, he wanted to kill him. So that was crazy, man. This fucking episode was.
I like this.
Yo, his face at the end, though. He's like,
I like the switch that they did with They put they put it like where it was unintentional, but also at the same time, like these dragons, they read what the writers' emotions and what their true desires. So, like in the beginning of the show, they alluded to this in the beginning of the show when they showed the pregnancy scene where Rhaenyra's having her stillborn birth, and they see that her dragon is going through it with her. All the pain and emotions that she's going through, they show her dragon going through it with her. It's just, and I think they were hinting people that, look, see, remember this, because this is going to be pivotal for later on. So as Luke is leaving, you see Arrax is distressed. And why is he distressed? Because Luke is distressed. He's scared of shit. He's scared of Aemon. So he's trying to tell Arrax to calm down, but Arrax is not going to calm down because he's not calm. So he knows there's something wrong in the situation. And then when they fly off, Arrax is still a baby dragon. So even the storm is too much for him to fly off. He flies off.
Still a whelp.
He flies off, and Arrax is like scared because Luke is scared. So when Vhagar comes and he sees Vhagar, Arrax knows, okay, I'm tired of being bullied. I know deep down inside you're tired of being bullied because I can sense your emotions. We're gonna spit this flame in his face. So that's why he said, Arrax, no, like this deep down inside, that's what Luke wanted to do. He wanted to fight back. But he just knows like, Vhagar's too big, we can't fight back. But Arrax don't know that. Arrax is like, yo, we want to fight. You want to fight back? We fight back, right?
No,
and then when he spit the fire in the Vhagar's face, Vhagar's like, oh, you son of a bitch. Like, you know how many wars I've been into? Like, you want to do this shit?
That's an old grumpy bitch right there, man. You don't mess with her.
Yeah. So Aemon, he didn't want the smoke either, but deep down inside, Aemon wanting revenge, and Vhagar knows it. So that's why Vhagar's like, you know what? We getting this fucking revenge today, baby. Fuck this shit. The dragons took control. Like, it's not even like the riders, they weren't listening to their riders. They know what their riders' deep down desires were. And Aemon, in some way, wanted to hurt Luke, and Vhagar just took it overboard. That's what it was. And it was a beautiful scene. The way they did that scene was like a fucking horror movie, bro.
It was intense.
It was like when you fly away. You think you got it? You looking away, and up above you, just like a big silhouette. You just see the size difference. Like I'm like, holy.
Yo, but shout out to Luke, yo, for landing in Storm's End, seeing that big ass dragon, and still said, I'm still going inside.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was gangster. Like, the fact that he was scared, but he handled his business right. He vowed to come as a messenger, regardless of what. He's like, all right, cool. Because other people would have been like, nah, I saw that big guy, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
Deuces,
I'm out too. I'm out too. When I saw Vega here, now let me go fly back. I'm gonna tell Mom Vegar's here.
Yep.
I'm gonna give a little few, and I'm gonna go back and then see what's up. I'm like, because I'm not dealing with that. That dragon is a hell no.
And it kind of it also showed like where her the third child that's like a stillborn, but like had like it was mutated, right? It was supposed to have like dragon scales and all that kind of shit. They didn't kind of like show that, but I was like,
it was still pretty bad. I think that this one had a heart outside the chest and everything like that. It was pretty bad.
Yeah,
it was pretty bad.
Yeah, it had a umbilical cord wrapped around its head too. Not as gruesome as the book, but it was still. I felt bad. I was like, oh shit! And I pulled a blood. The
funny thing is that watching like from the beginning, like the first 5 episodes, and having that first actress that played Rhaenyra, I was like, I like her more than like I don't want to change the actress. I like her, but then like watching her, I'm like, she's fucking dope. Like she's gangster, bro, and I'm glad they went with her. Even Allison, man. Allison is she's a stone cold fucking bitch, bro. She's like stone cold. But like, what's crazy is like they're alluding to like Aemon having a thing for his sister, like having like those kids maybe being his. I think,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because in the book, it's by interpretation, right? And it's like they never alluded to it, and then for the whole blood and cheese situation to happen. He's Damon probably knows the secret, right? And he's like, yo, go for the heir, but go for Aemon, right? Because this is the whole reason why we here is because of Aemon.
It's a son for a son.
So if this is your son, it makes more sense for me to kill your son. But I don't know, man. It's crazy, man.
So the theory was, and I kind of back this theory now. When I heard it, I back it. The theory is, when Blood and Cheese goes and to collect the son for the son debt, and they say choose one, people are assuming that they're gonna choose like her favorite, whatever one she picked. It was the opposite of her favorite one, but it is the same thing. But I think the oldest kid that she was protecting is Aemon's kid, and the younger kid is Aegon's kid. So that's why she picked the younger kid to like get his head chopped off, because that's Aegon's kid. Aegon. That's Aegon's kid. So she was like, yo, nah, take him and like leave my Aemon kid alone. So then when they were like, all right, cool, and they took Aemon's kid's head, she lost it because that's and I kind of started feeling as I rewatched certain episodes, like I rewatched the coronation episode. She was more like siding with Aemon when it came to like the shit. She was standing next to him, like she felt protected by him.
Even
when he ran in the castle and they found the father was dead, he ran to her first to give up to find out the news and see how she was doing, and then he was surprised to see the mother in there. So I think they had some shit going on, and I think those kids are really his. And Aegon's probably gonna have like the last kid, and that's the kid she's gonna be like, kill that one.
Yeah, because Aegon had multiple bastards in the
he's an asshole.
He had multiple, and I think that's where the Golden Company becomes a thing, right? The Golden Company, is it the Golden Company, right? I'm saying that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the Golden Company.
Yeah, so like they're supposed to be like all bastards of Targaryen men, the Targaryen bloodline.
Wow,
that's how it all starts. So this makes sense because this is probably the beginning of that. Because I think the little kid they showed, I forgot his name, the kid that they showed that was in a fight pit, he becomes a very like
Game and pale hair.
Yeah, so he becomes a beast. Yeah, I can't wait for the interaction between the was it Rickon Stark? Was it Rickon or Kragan Stark, right?
Yeah.
Kragan Stark and Jace, right?
Jaceres.
Jaceres. You can say
Jaceres,
Jace.
yeah.
You can say Jace.
Yeah.
That's his nickname.
So yeah, I'm bad with names, but yeah, when they form that bond, I can't wait for that because I was telling Chris, I'm like, yo, he's that Stark, yo. He's the motherfucker that gets the shit done. Like he's the one that they talk about in the Game of Thrones that we've been watching. They talk about that Stark. I'm like, yeah, I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that.
Stark's is that
House Stark.
House Stark is that crew. Like everybody likes to, even from the first Stark, because everybody likes to get on the first Stark. They call him the Stark that kneeled or whatever like that. But bro, he assessed the situation. He looked and said, "Nah, this shit is gonna fuck the North up. We not winning this war anyway. It's gonna fuck the North up, and I'd rather protect my people than like let us all just die because I'm too vain to like want to take the knee." He said, "Nah, fuck that. I'm protecting my people." He took the knee, became warden of the North, and then that's it. Like the North was saved. Like he's smart. He's smart, bro. Like I'm not. Look, that dragon is bigger than anything we ever seen. That's another big ass dragon. That's another big ass dragon, and they got this whole bunch of soldiers of Lannisters and all kind of other people that. Nah, we good. We don't want this. We don't want to smoke. We good. We good.
The only thing I found weird about the episode is Daemon singing to, was it Jaceres? Or what's his the old king's dragon, right?
Vermithor or something. Vermithor.
Yeah. So I'm like, because from what I'm reading, he doesn't ride any other dragon other than his main dragon. So I'm like, is he prepping that dragon for someone else?
Here's my theory. Here's my theory about this whole show and the title. I think it's gonna come down, and I think George R.R. Martin is gonna approve it, and they're gonna say this show is gonna be the real history of what happened and not the books. Because the books, if you remember, it's like told by people's point of view. It's not really like a set down history of like this is what happened. It's told by a maester's point of view and Mushroom, and I think maybe one more other person pops up every once in a while for their point of view. But like the books is the point of view, where I think where they're gonna go. This show is like this is what actually happened. No, there's no bias in it. This is the real nitty gritty of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think George R.R. Martin's going to prove it because so far he's been praising the shit out of the show.
I thought he didn't say that already. I thought he said that.
He didn't. He
praised the Viserys.
He's been preluding to it because there's a lot of things he praised Viserys.
Yeah.
I know he said he liked the Allison. He said he liked all the staff basically. He said he met the staff and he said he feel like they are his characters that he wrote down on the so they are representing his characters the way he wanted to. He actually loved the Viserys on the TV more than the Viserys that he wrote. And he said he wish he could go back and rip up the Viserys that he wrote and then rewrite it to be like what this guy was. So
yeah. I think it takes a lot.
Go ahead.
No, my bad. Yeah. It takes a lot to kind of take a book and format it to a show. So like a lot of things definitely does change, but I think like you guys said, he approved the show like 100%. He's like this shit is like, but he also approved the first couple of seasons of Game of Thrones. It's up until like we lost materials when they lost. That's when he was like, I don't like it too much. I didn't finish my book yet. Which he said he's almost done. He's been saying that for years now, but he said he's really almost done.
You better hurry, man. I'm worried about that guy, man. He's not in the greatest of health, and he's old. Like, so come on, man. Get that shit done. I mean, he's old, man. He's old, and he's chubby like me. That's bad combination. It's true.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I've been trying on a train to at least get like 30 to 40 minutes in the morning of story, man. But it's good, man. I gotta finish, man.
Yeah. So I mean, I just feel bad, like, cause Luke is the nice. I mean, he's not so innocent, but he's the nice one though. Like, it's like, and he only fights back when like he's really pushed. Like, he's never like the one to really initiate the physicality. So, but like when Amon's toying with him with the dragon, it's like he got fed up and he wanted to fight back, and that's what Irex felt. Irex was like, "Oh, you want to fight back? All right, we fight back. Then go spit some fire." And motherfucker face let him know what's up. And it got him clipped. I feel bad, man.
It was like I felt that shit. Like I was scared when I saw that shit, and I was just like, that shit just happened.
Bro, I just felt.
You just
bad.
see the chunks just flying down. Oh my god! Like,
and then you thought
I had to rewind it.
You literally saw like a little chunk of his body just floating down. Like there was limbs missing. I was like, yo, this limbs missing. Oh my god. Oh, this is bad. Oh. And then you could tell Amon didn't. And it was like, no.
Yeah. That dragon was like, it fucking one bite, bro. One chomp, it fucking fucked the whole shit. It scared the shit out of me too. I knew it was coming.
I jumped.
But I jumped still.
I jumped. You know what's coming, but you know what's coming like that, bro. Because it was like he popped out the cloud like, oh, that shit was a horror movie, bro. The whole thing was a horror movie.
Yeah, you just imagine the last thing you see is just a dragon's jaws.
But when he flew above the clouds, this is a big mistake. Stay in the storm. The storm was kind of helping you in a way, even though Alex was struggling, it was still helping him in a way. And then like you could also find other mountain crevices and shit he could have flowed through or stay low to the water. They like kind of switch your lane up a little bit. I'm like
down to the water.
When he went all the way up there, I said, "Nah, it's over. You went too high, bro. You did Icarus. You flew too close to the sun."
Yeah, he lost him in those like little ravines and shit. You could have stood there for a while. Let the storm pass.
I was dead saying that. I said, bro,
I was thinking about that too, but then I was like,
I
don't think there was space for him to land.
Mm-hmm. You can find a way, bro. You're about to die. Find a way. Find a way, bro. Find a cave. You know his big ass can't make it through those small cracks. You know he's half Targaryen, so hopefully he's half fireproof. Who knows?
I think only Daenerys got that shit ability.
Yeah, Daenerys. Yeah, well, she sacrificed to have those. And when Daemon said he had those 3 eggs incubating, I'm like, damn, was those the eggs of Daenerys? Like those are the ones that she got because it just never hatched.
He stole Dreamfire's eggs, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
Dreamfire is the mother of Helena's dragon is the mother of Drogon and Viserys's not Viserys, Daenerys's dragons.
Yo, bro, like, and then I was telling Chris, I'm like, yo, Drogon was only like 6 years old, and he was a big fucking dragon.
Bro, when you look at the dragons compared to the dragons of Daenerys, they're babies, bro.
Nothing.
Drogon Arix is bigger than Drogon, bro. So imagine Drogon was going up against Vhagar, bro. It would fit all of Drogon would have went into his mouth. Arix is bigger than Drogon. I looked at the chart. I said, "Holy
just
shit!"
Imagine, like, well, we might get this dragon back in the Snow series, but he's gonna be even fucking bigger.
Mm-hmm.
He's the biggest. He's gonna be bigger than fucking. I will say he's gonna be bigger than. Is it Baelor? Baelor? That's the biggest dragon, right?
Yeah. No, I mean
nobody passed his height yet. Not even Vhagar. And it's about to.
Balerion, right?
Yeah.
Balerion.
Yeah, Vhagar is not there. I don't think nobody's gonna be as big as that because Vhagar is the second biggest and it can't pass his height.
Yeah, but they never got to the true size of what you call it of Drogon because they never finished the book. So we don't know how big because if he got that big in 6 years, I could imagine 100 years.
I mean,
he has potential.
Well, then again, Dreamfire didn't grow to its full height either because it was killed early in when the crowd raided the dragon pits. I think Dreamfire was killed. So
he's an apex predator at this point because he's the only dragon. All that food for himself.
Well, shit, Cannibal might still be out there if we really talking about shit.
And Vermintide too. Maybe if well, we gotta see what they do in the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, this shit is crazy, man. Yeah, there's a lot of talk, man. I just can't wait.
But
I was hoping that
big
maybe
bitch too. It's not as big as Vhagar.
he's the second. He's the third biggest, right? He's the third biggest on the chart, right?
Well, right now he's the second after
he's the second
after
biggest.
Vhagar. Yeah.
Yeah. He
I
just
think
is old.
Cannibal is
He's
bigger
like
than
100.
him.
Yeah, but I don't. You think we're gonna get Cannibal in the series though?
I don't know, but I think Cannibal is bigger than him. I don't know if we're gonna get him in the series.
Yeah. I think Cannibal is bigger than Vermintide, but like he's wild though. He's just out there right now.
Speak your high Valyria. Oh baby, Cannibal! Oh baby!
Damn. Yeah, I was hoping that maybe we got the Snow series in between the 2 years stint, but I don't even think they started filming Snow yet. So
I need them to take their time because this Snow series got to be a redemption for what they did, the farce that they gave me.
Oh, it's 100% gonna be a pseudo fucking season 8.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a rewrite. It's definitely gonna be a rewrite, but like adjacent to. Yeah, because everybody's coming back. Everybody's coming back. Everyone that's alive is coming back. Sansa Stark, she's coming back.
They could bring back Daenerys.
Well, that's what they. I mean, in
Drogon flew off of her body and nobody saw it. Nobody saw where she went.
Well, the Maester, he said he was about to say what the dragon was heading towards, but they cut him off. But it was like almost like. I forgot the name of the place, but this place is known for resurrections. Yeah. So if this dragon is bringing it back to get revived, that's another. I don't know, man. That's crazy. I feel like that's too much,
bro. But if you think about it, all of them are going towards Essos though. Like Arya's just sailing, so she gonna end up reaching there. Drogon took the body back over there. What's my man Grey Worm went back over there because that's where Missandei was originally from. So he went back
dead.
there
Grey
with
dead.
Unsullied.
Grey Worm's dead. They all dead.
You're dead. You're dead.
When they say, "Oh, we're going to Nath," I say, "Yeah, you're dead." The insects over there, they bite you. You're dead. The insects over there kill you. Only people of Nath can survive that. That's why nobody visits there. You're dead. It's over.
That's if they got there. I'm just saying, everybody's headed in the same direction is the point. So they could soft reboot it and just continue.
They killed Grey Worm anyway. He was a king simp, man.
It's my dude, Grey Worm, man.
This is how the season is gonna start with Snow. He's gonna go to the wall and he's gonna be like, "What wall?" I'm gonna keep on. I'm the king of the wildlings. Like, you know what I mean? Like
that's what, legit. When they said Jon Snow go to the wall at the end of the season, I was like, "What fucking wall? The wall got blown down to bits. They destroyed the wall. What wall are we going to?"
Maybe they're rebuilding it.
What, they don't have? Did they resurrect Bran the Builder? Because he was the only one that.
and Bran the Builder only created the wall because he had a premonition of the what was going to happen from the north.
Yeah.
So if that's gone,
he's the only one that knows what's in the wall because the wall has magic and it's not like this is a regular wall. The wall has magic and stuff built into it. Yeah, it's kind of like Storm's End. White Walkers. He also made Storm's End, so it can withstand the storms that's going on there and shit.
She could be a new White Walker.
They should do a Bran the Builder show. Let me stop.
Queen of the White Walkers.
We asked for too much.
We don't need White Walkers.
I would then see a Bran the Builder show.
No, I would too, but yeah, I think
see how he built a lot of the famous stuff that's in Westeros. He built that shit. Storm's End, the Wall, Winterfell. He built all that shit.
If they bring Daenerys back, no wonder if Snow's gonna smash again. Like she's gonna hey, it's okay, you stabbed me. I needed that.
Definitely gonna be smashing.
Nah, that's not. That'd be necrophilia to me, man. At that point, like, I know you died, bitch.
I mean, technically, she did necrophilia first.
They both dead.
They both died, bro.
Oh shit, that's right. Yo,
Yeah.
right. It's corpse on corpse stuff. Oh shit.
Word. So this is some new territory we moving into now, bro.
That shit needs to
undead Targaryen bloodlines. Like that's some powerhouse fucking.
That show needs to end with him taking his name.
That's what I said.
His name.
That's how it should have been.
And his throne.
Yo, right at the end. But yeah, what's your Aegon Targaryen. That's it.
Yep.
You end the show with that, bro?
Yep.
Oh man.
No, they got to end it like, for me, I see it ending like Lord of the Rings. Like when Aragorn got his crown, and then he's like, he was there, everybody's blessing, and he's gonna look at Tyrion and say, "You bow to no one." like they told us.
Yeah, because I'm sure the type of character that Jon Snow is, he's gonna want to learn about his lineage. So the fact that now he knows his information, he's probably gonna get this whole fucking backlist of who his father was, who his mother was, and he might just end up taking that name. Like, all right, cool. Like, you know what I mean? That's my dad. You know what I mean? Like,
he was working with his granduncle the whole time, bro, at the wall. He didn't even know it, bro.
Yep. Crazy.
That was his granduncle the whole time, bro. Like just chilling on the wall.
But he felt it too, right? I remember he said, "I feel like there's a connection, right?" That he just didn't know what it was.
He knew stuff, man. Big Statement knew stuff. He just wasn't saying shit. He said, "I ain't saying nothing." Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna put you on game, boy. You gotta kill that boy so the man can grow.
Right.
You gotta kill the boys so the man can grow.
Yo, I'll never forget the fucking episode of when they just started stabbing him up. Like, oh man, that was fucked up, bro. I was so mad for the wall. What is it for the wall, bro?
No, because they let the wildlings in because they needed help defending it. So for him letting the wildlings in to help us, they all decide, for the watch. And I'm like, really, Ali? He saved you, bitch. What are you talking about, Ali?
And he killed this girl, bro.
Facts.
Little piece of shit, man. Like, yo, bro.
That's what, yo, Game of Thrones make you a different person, yo. It does not make you feel bad when you see a child die, yo. Like when Ali started hanging, I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. You backstabbing bastard. That's what you get. Yo, it made me a cold person. Like, I'm seeing little kids die. Joffrey like, get poisoned. I'm like, yeah, you little bitch, choke.
I thought it was almost like, for me, it was like I almost had like a little tearjerker, right, when you saw Corlys come down and like pledged his allegiance to fucking Rhaenyra. Like, he was like, I was like,
bro. But can we say Corlys had another great entrance this week?
Bro,
subtle.
He always had the great entrances, yo.
Bro, like,
and he said, Corlys Velaryon of House Velaryon, and you heard his cane just start like, doof.
He's like, why do you want to be with this? Like, he's pretty much, I'm paraphrasing, like, why do you want to support her? We lost everything because she's the only one that's keeping the realm. Like, she's around men that's talking about do this, do that. She's like, nah, we ain't doing that. We're not taking the first blow. And he was like, for real? Really? He's like, fuck it. Because when they crowned her, and everybody's like, yo, why is Rhaenys not bending the knee? She's like, no, because she has to wait for her husband. Yep. She can't go ahead and do this shit.
Yep.
And I was like, that's honorable. I'm like, that's what's up.
Yep.
And that was Rhaenys became one of my favorite characters. Because she just
hold on, real quick,
it's
while we on Rhaenys, yo, her face when David just counted her dragon on their side, the way she looked at him like, nigga, what? Did that sound fine for you? He said we got Melis, and when she heard Melis, she looked at him like, nigga, what?
Nigga, who dragon?
Who dragon?
I ain't even gonna say nothing. Go ahead, continue.
All right, well, go ahead. I just wanted to point that one out. That shit had me cracking up, bro.
She is hilarious. I love the Valerians, man. I love them, man. The house is dope.
Yeah, bro. But it was kind of fucked up because Luke was like, "Hey, I'm not cut out for this shit. This, Driftmark should go to Eamon." Right? He was like, even, bigging up his uncle. You know what I mean? Like he should have Driftmark, and all that shit for him to fucking get killed. That shit was whack,
you know what it is? It's Addison's fault. It's that when you train your kids to hate the other side for no reason, bro, because you're just jealous of your ex best friend having more freedom to do whatever the fuck she wanted to do in her life. Like you turned your kids into enemy, and then now you're trying to turn the switch off in their heads, and you can't turn them off. You raise them to hate each other. You raise them to have beef. It's not happening.
It's Otto's fault.
Yeah. Otto's a fucking bitch, yo. I hate him.
Yo, when she took that pin and threw it off the edge, I was like, yes. She took off the swing, you fucking traitor. I was like, yes. And he was hurt because he loved that pin.
Yo, the look she gave her when she landed her dragon and she walked through them, and he noticed that she had the crown. He's like, "How the fuck she got that crown?" She was like, huh. But you saw the crown. The crown had the dire wolf.
Yeah, the dire wolf.
Side, I had the wolf. Yeah, had the wolf on the side.
I saw the Targaryen symbol in the front, right? Oh.
Yeah, the Targaryen in the front and had the wolf on the side. So they kind of emphasize like next season we're going to Winterfell.
Oh, we're going to Winterfell, man. Starks hold up to their vows, man. They don't break their vows. They don't care whoever made the vow, they still gonna hold it. That's why I rock with House Stark, man. That loyalty is unwavering.
Yeah, bro. Oh man, so I'm looking forward to next year. Well, I can't say next year. I'm looking forward to 2 years to see the next season. Fuck. But take your time, though. HBO, take your time.
Just keep giving me give me another great season, man. Because this season was all 5s. Every episode was a 5. People were saying that some episodes was whack. I don't know what they were watching. Because
maybe the dark episodes were kind of like it took me off because I couldn't see. But like other than that, it was fine. It was all cinematics issues.
It was so funny.
Choice.
You see the TikToks and people holding up the lamp to the TV, trying to see that shit.
That's why when you do artificial night, man, like artificial night is hard to pull off. So you end up making everything look darker than it really would be. So
yeah, it's more blue than you see dark. It's like it's weird.
Like somebody went into the menu, just turned the brightness down.
Nah, they turned all every other color and left the blue.
Also, I'd be remiss if we don't point out Damon's pain. Damon's pain when he found out his brother died, and like you could see like in everything, like because he knew they were slowly killing him, and he was like instantly when he like found out like he was mad at Rhaenys for not burning him with the dragon. Said, "Why didn't you burn him with the dragon?" And he like everything he did beyond that point, it was just he was mad because his brother was taken out in the way that he was. They did a slow kill on him, bro, which was fucked up. And that's Otto Hightower. I really don't think that was Allison. I think that was Otto Hightower doing, man.
Definitely.
I definitely felt bad. I felt bad for Damon. Like his brother, he wasn't really close to his brother, and the fact that his brother didn't tell him about these visions and shit. So when Rhaenyra was telling him about the song in Ice and Fire, he was like, "What?" like he was mad. Like he was like out of the loop. He didn't know.
Right. That's why he choked her. That's why he grabbed her on the throat, like, cause he was mad at
I think he did kind of allude that he did know about it, but he thought it was like his brother's kind of like imagination, his fantasies.
Yeah.
Then he say something. He's like, don't fall into that shit.
No, yeah, he didn't really care about prophecies and shit. He just thought that maybe it was all about dragons. Dragons is what makes the world, spin. But there was other things,
I I think Damon is the most dragon of all the dragons of House of the Dragon, bro. Like that's why I think, bro. I really do. I think he's the most dragon of all the dragons of House of the Dragon, bro. Like, but next, like after Daenerys, like he's the most dragon-like minded person. Like,
should reserve some names.
Huh?
No, sorry. Side thought.
Oh, yeah. It's like he's full of rage. He's hot. It's hot to like do anything. He knows your deepest desires, and he does what your deepest desires, even if you don't want it to be done. Like Damon is crazy. Yo, he's one of the best written characters. I gotta tip my hat to like George R. R. Martin. I really like the Damon character, even though a lot of people are hating on him too. I like his character.
And they try to cancel him on. They try to cancel him on Twitter too, saying that he chokes women.
Oh yeah, the domestic violence. Oh, stupid, bro. They'll be surprised if they took a time machine and went back to medieval times to see what was happening. They'll lose their fucking minds, boy. You think choking was the worst? That was on a good day. You think choking was the worst thing that happened, bro? Like, bro, like, come on. It's a TV show. What are we canceling for? He's only doing what the writers tell him to do. Like, I don't understand people sometimes, man.
Dang. Yeah, man. Episode 5.
Oh, and the emotion that sorry, I'm just going on. I keep remembering more shit. But and the emotion he had when he held his brother's crown in his hand, like you saw it in his face, like damn, bro. Like, he really wanted to cry some shit. And then he crowned Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
I'm about to rewatch that episode, man. That episode was fire for me, man.
I saw that shit twice. That shit was fun. Right.
Yeah, you watched that twice, man. Yeah.
Well, I saw when they got leaked, and then I saw it again on Sunday with the missus. That shit was fun. I needed to watch it in HD.
I feel bad for that. That kid was terrified the whole time. From when he landed and he saw Vhagar pop up in the room, he was terrified. That was it.
My thing is like, why would you send your kids to do this, right? When you know that other people are gonna try to court their allegiance, right? So there's gonna be a big possibility he'll run into Aemon.
The thing is why she sent them is because one, they're trying to make peace. Otto came with the peace terms to her and stuff like that, talking about, we give you time to think about it, because she said, I need time to think about it, so we give you time to think about it, but no harm is going to come to you, whatever like that. No harm is going to come to your sons. They could hold on to your son could have Dragonstone, and the other son could have Driftmark, and and then they said Daemon kids could be cupbearer, but then he's like, I'd rather feed my kids to a fucking dragon than make him be your cupbearer. It was peace. Really, it was just a war of like talks. Like they were just talking. Like you send your emissary to like, oh, let's see how many people I could garner. I think in Rhaenyra's mind, she was gonna see how much people she could get on her side, and if she had enough people, then she would have like pressed her claim. But like, if she didn't have enough people to like start a war or press her claim, she would have just given up the crown to Aegon and like, you can have it just for the sake of the realm not being turned to shit and being at war. You can have it. But once Aemon did this dumb shit, like the piece is done. Like that's when the war really he actually kicked off the war by accident.
Yeah. There's also like an oversight on her part, because there are other people that's trying to court their allegiance, and mind you, like going around the seven realms talking about, hey, you need to hold up your deal, right, that your father probably gave 20 years before, and there's already a king, so there's treason that can be happening, and it's a very dicey situation to send your teenagers.
I mean,
he looks like a baby.
You got to look at it like this, though, Fresh. All right, it's time sensitive. We're talking about, right? Just like Red said, like he came with the message She said, you'll have my answer on tomorrow, right? She only got 1 day. You can't be marching niggas around Westeros and you got to give a nigga an answer by the next day. So that is what she had to resort to, is by sending the kids with the dragons, because that is way quicker than doing anything else. If she can get and why she sent Lucerys there is because Storm's End is the shortest and closest distance to Dragonstone. So because he's the youngest, she sent him there so he could get there and come back. That was the quickest mission for him.
I totally get that, but you have to understand, her brothers are off the hinge. So they don't care about none of that shit. So clearly, look at Aemon. Aemon didn't even shit about any peace treaty.
But there's protection rights like that people are supposed to follow too. Like Aemon went off the script. Like by any means, Aemon went off the script. Nobody's gonna approve what Aemon did except for like his dumbass older brother because he's a dumbass. But Aemon was supposed to respect the fact that he's a messenger and not do anything to him. That's why Boros stepped up and said, "No, whoa, you ain't doing this shit in my place, bro." Like he's a messenger.
There's rules to war. Like like right now, like he said, it's peacetime. There's rules that they're supposed to follow.
Like a messenger is not supposed to be harmed. Like it's like he was supposed to be able to deliver his message and then get back to his mother with the response for the message. That's the whole point of like not harming the messenger. The messenger is supposed to give you back the response. Aemon
100%.
Aemon went totally off the rails, and he wasn't supposed to do what he did at all. Like he was supposed to just go on his Vhagar and then fly the fuck back to King's Landing, and then he could have told them that like, oh, you know, Lucerys was just here trying to get Boros Baratheon on their side and blah 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 blah, so they could strategize their way and do whatever they have to do. But like by him doing that dumb shit, it's like he caused the chaos in the war to create it. Like if he wasn't such a dumbass, it wouldn't have happened. That's basically.
But we all know that we all know that he's a dumbass.
He's not really a dumbass. It's just like
hard-headed.
That too, but like Aemon is smart. Like he really didn't want to kill. In the book, yes, he wanted to kill him. But the book, whatever they decide, yes, he wanted to kill him. He was going off the script. But I'm gonna go off the context of the show. In the context of the show, he didn't want to kill him. He just wanted to scare him, and he was still angry about his eye. He did not want to kill.
He definitely wanted that eye. He was like rock. He said like Rocket Raccoon. He's like, oh, I'm gonna get that eye.
He wasn't getting the eye, man. He knew he wasn't getting the eye deep down inside, bro. But he wanted to scare the shit out of him. Like that was I think the main part of his goal. It's just that dragons, like Viserys says, you think we control them? We're just the riders. They're the ones that's in control. And you played around too much with a nuke. This is why you don't give kids nukes, like Aemon is still a kid in his own mind. So like you gave this kid a nuke and he's over here playing around in the sky with a nuke. And the nuke went off. Like he's like, yo, I'm too old to play these games, bro. What are we flying around doing? You want to do that? I got you. It's like, I got you.
Well, the end of the day, fucking Luke became fish food. So
yeah.
And then
probably that's the best decision.
Jacaerys and the person, they went to the further distance one. Storm's End is close to Dragonstone. She purposely sent him there because she knew that was the safest route. It was going to be the safest for him to go there and come back. Like they didn't expect Aemon to be there.
She assumed.
Yeah, she thought it was going to be the safest route because there's a longer flight to go to Winterfell and I think the Vale than it is to go to Storm's End. So she gave him the shortest route that would be the safest in her mind for him to go to. But then Mr. Idiot over here, killing his own nephew. I don't even think he wanted to be a kinslayer. Yeah, he was like, they all grew up together at the same time. So it's like, you don't really want to kill somebody you grew up with. You had a fight and a bad thing happened. You're still kind of pissed off about it, but I don't think at the end of the day he wanted to kill him. Well, TV show, Aemon.
Word, yeah.
Yeah, man. Nope.
It's hard. It's hard, man.
Good show.
War times is hard. You gotta make sacrifices, bro. It was like it wasn't easy. That's why I'm happy I live in the time I live, boy, because back then you had to make hard choices. If your place was at war, you had to pick up that sword and you better know how to use it, bro, because like everybody had to fight, yo. Every man had to fight. There was no like you not sitting there talking about it on the news like, oh man, I can't believe this war's going on, man. We need to end this shit. No, you was in the front lines with them, like holding your little sword. Like. Sometimes you even make it to the sword fight because a freaking arrow was flying around, hit you in your damn neck. Oh man, thank God I live in this time and not back then, boy.
Yeah, open sewage, herpes, all that crazy shit.
Bro, the curable diseases, they were dying from curable diseases back then, bro. Diseases that's curable now, they were dying from, like death.
Mm-hmm. They didn't have germ theory, man. It was a wrap for them, man.
Yeah. So 2024, guys.
Oh, you got diarrhea? Death. Diarrhea, bro. Diarrhea was killing niggas back there, boy.
That's the worst. That's the worst. That's the worst to be the first person to die from diarrhea.
Yo, food poisoning? Death. Like, oh, they poisoned the king. No, they just didn't cook the chicken long enough.
That's crazy, bro.
Yo, bro.
That's crazy, man.
Yo, thank you, Lord, for giving me birth here at this time. I'm happy to be alive at this time, baby.
Oh man. Well, it's been an amazing episode. This shit went everywhere, bro. It touched every emotion. We spoke about it all. Kanye to Eamon's Eye, all that kind of crazy shit. Free speech and fucking Nancy Pelosi and lizard people. We covered it all, bro. We like your best public access show that talks about. This is the Nothing Show. This is the Seinfeld podcast.
Word.
We just talk about music. Yeah, man. But anyways, man, we're gonna wrap up today's episode 108, with that note. And for those that have been watching and supporting, thank you so much. I see that the follows are going up. That's amazing. We appreciate your hard work for helping us kind of grow that. Yeah, man, we'll be back next week, next Friday, 10 o'clock, every single Friday. We'll try, right? We haven't missed. It's been 108 weeks we haven't missed. So that's a stretch, man. I'm almost afraid to take a Friday off, man. I feel like it'll be all for nothing.
Bro, when you take that one Friday off, it's gonna start becoming a habit where we're gonna take off and shit. Like,
yeah.
That's how it is with the last time. Yeah, we took one day off, and then next we was taking other days off, more days.
Yeah, we was on vacation for years. But yeah, man, we're gonna wrap up today's episode. Thank you so much, guys. We catch y'all next week.
Time to play COD.
Wakanda forever.